Beloved ones, I see you. I see millions of men exhausted. I see you frustrated, confused, running in endless circles. You are running around women, running around approval, running around desire. You are breathless, and yet you think you are moving forward. You call this love. You write songs about it. You make movies about it. You tell your friends that you are deeply in love. But I am here to tell you the truth that no one else wants to tell you. It is not love. It is attachment wearing a beautiful mask, and beneath that mask there is a slave. This is a very serious matter because your whole life is leaking away in this chase. You think that if you stop chasing, you will be alone. You think that if you stop running, the world will leave you behind. But the man who stops chasing does not become cold. He does not become lonely. He becomes magnetic. He becomes grounded. He becomes free. This is not a lesson about women. Do not misunderstand me. This is not about how to get the girl or how to manipulate the other. This is a lesson about your inner slavery. It is a lesson about the chains you have forged around your own heart. When attachment drops, clarity appears. And when clarity appears, life begins to flow toward you without effort. You have been swimming upstream your whole life, fighting the current, begging for attention, begging for a glance, begging to be chosen. And today I want to show you how to let go of the struggle and float. In this communion, I will show you why attachment weakens you and why awareness strengthens you. You will understand why chasing creates suffering, always without exception, and why inner fullness creates attraction without effort. This is not motivation. I am not here to motivate you. Motivation is for those who are asleep. I am here to wake you up. This is clarity. But before we enter this surgical theater of the soul, I invite you to join this space of truth fully. If you are tired of the lies society has told you about love, signify your readiness. Subscribe to this channel, not to follow a guru, but to follow your own awakening. Like this video so that this message finds other exhausted souls who are ready to stop running. Let us create a field of energy here, a circle of awareness. Now, remain with me. Do not let your mind wander to your phone or your worries. What I am about to share cuts very close to the center of your life. Most people spend their whole existence avoiding this single insight. They will do anything, drink alcohol, work 80 hours a week, obsess over a lover, just to avoid facing what I am about to say. You believe you chase because you love. You believe you cling because you care deeply. You tell yourself, I cannot live without her because my love is so pure. You believe your longing is proof of your devotion. But this is only the surface story your mind tells you, so it does not have to look deeper. The mind is a great storyteller, and it tells you the stories that keep your ego comfortable. Beneath this story lives something far more uncomfortable. And that discomfort is the reason you keep running outward instead of turning inward. Before love appears, fear is already present. Listen to this silence. Can you hear the fear quietly shaping every movement of your heart? What you call love is very often fear of being alone. Not poetic fear, not dramatic fear that you see in the cinema, but a simple, raw, animal fear of sitting with yourself in silence. When you are alone, there is no distraction. The noise of the world fades. There is no mirror reflecting back approval. There is no voice saying you are wanted, chosen, special. And in that emptiness, the mind panics. It feels like death. The ego feels it is dissolving. It begins to search. It scans the horizon like a hungry predator, but it is not hunting for food. It is hunting for validation. It begins to cling. And the moment another human being appears who can fill that space, even for a moment, attachment is born. This attachment feels warm at first. It feels comforting, soothing, just like a blanket around a frightened child. You say, "Ah, finally I am safe, finally I am home." But do not be deceived by the warmth. The source is still fear. Look closely with the eyes of a meditator and you will see it. Attachment does not arise from connection, it arises from inner emptiness. When you are full within yourself, you share. When you are an overflowing cup, you do not ask for water, you offer it. But when you are empty, you grab. When you are rooted in your own being, you meet another with openness. But when you are afraid of your own aloneness, you cling to another as if they are a lifeline. You hold on so tight that you bruise the very thing you claim to cherish. This is why attachment tightens and love relaxes. Love gives space. Love breathes. Love allows the wind to dance between you and the beloved. Fear demands closeness. Fear suffocates. Fear says, "Where are you? Why didn't you call? Who are you with?" This is not care. This is the police. Think of a small child clinging to the mother's leg in a crowded place. The marketplace is loud. Strangers are everywhere. The child is terrified. He grabs the mother's sari. He holds on for dear life. The child is not expressing love in that moment. The child is expressing fear. The grip becomes tight, not because the bond is deep, but because the ground feels unsafe. In the same way, when you cling to a woman, when you obsess, when you fear losing her, when your mood rises and falls based on her attention, listen to me. This is not love maturing. This is fear speaking through attachment. You are that child in the marketplace, terrified that if you let go, you will disappear. The child grows only when the fear dissolves, not when the grip becomes stronger. But you are a grown man, yet emotionally you are still gripping. Another image will help you see this clearly. Imagine a man drowning in deep water. He is thrashing. He is gasping for air. In panic, he grabs another person nearby. His grip is desperate. His need is intense. He thinks, "I must hold this person to survive." But that grip does not save either of them. It pulls both downward. Attachment works in exactly this way. Two frightened people holding on to each other do not create love. They create shared fear. They call it closeness. They say, "Look how inseparable we are." But it is actually mutual drowning. Love never demands. Fear always does. Love does not say, "Stay," promise, never leave. Fear whispers these demands constantly, sometimes loudly, sometimes quietly, but always with urgency. If you are finding that this mirror I am holding up to you is showing you something true about your own life, if you feel a recognition in your heart, then I invite you to go deeper with us. This work we are doing is not just for entertainment, it is for transformation. If you wish to support the spreading of this consciousness, consider becoming a member of this channel. Click the join button. It is a small gesture from you, but it allows this fire of truth to keep burning for everyone. And for those who have received deep value from this particular communion, you can express your gratitude through super thanks. It is not about the money, it is about the exchange of energy. When you give, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Now let us look at what fear wants. Fear wants guarantees in a world where nothing is permanent. Fear wants certainty in a universe that is always changing. It is absurd. It is like asking the river to stop flowing so you can take a photograph. The river will not stop. Life will not stop. And because life cannot fulfill these demands of the ego, suffering is guaranteed. You have been taught to romanticize this suffering. This is the tragedy of your culture. Songs praise it. I can't live without you, they sing. Stories glorify it. Movies make it appear noble. A man losing himself for love is called devotion. A man becoming weak in attachment is called passion. A man who cannot eat, cannot sleep, who destroys his dignity, you call this a great lover. I call this a great sickness. But truth is not interested in your stories. Truth only shows you what is. And what is simple. Fear hides behind love when awareness is missing. Once this fear is seen clearly, something begins to loosen inside you. The grip softens, the urgency fades. Not because you force it to stop, you cannot force detachment, that is just another form of attachment, but because you understand it. Awareness is enough. When light enters a dark room, darkness does not fight back. Have you ever seen darkness fight the light? Does the darkness say, I refuse to leave? No, it simply disappears. In the same way, when you see that attachment is fear, attachment loses its power over you. And when fear is exposed, the next layer reveals itself naturally, without effort, without struggle, without discipline. Something deeper than fear is waiting to be seen. Stay with this. Do not turn away now. Because once fear is seen, another truth comes into focus. And this one may disturb you even more. Not because it is complex, but because it is obvious and you have never been encouraged to look at it directly. Your chasing is not only personal, it is learned, it is trained. You are a biological machine that has been programmed. It has been carefully shaped in you long before you were old enough to question it. You did not invent this pattern of chasing. You inherited it from the very beginning. You were taught that your worth depends on being chosen. From the moment you were a little boy, the conditioning began. Love was sold to you as purpose. Romance was sold to you as proof that you matter. Masculinity was quietly linked to conquest, to success with women, to being desired, admired, approved. No one sat you down and said this clearly. No school teacher wrote on the board, your value equals a woman's approval. No, it was more subtle than that. It was everywhere around you, woven into jokes, stories, images, praise and shame. Slowly, subtly, it entered your nervous system and became part of how you see yourself. Notice how early it begins. A boy is teased if he's not attractive enough. He's praised if girls notice him. His value starts to float outside of himself. He learns that he is empty and the content comes from the outside. Later, movies teach him that pursuit is love, that persistence is romance, that winning someone over is noble. Even if she says no, you must chase. Even if she walks away, you must follow. This is called fighting for love. It is actually fighting against reality. Songs repeat the same message again and again, that without love you are incomplete, that without being chosen you are nothing. And nowhere in this training is inner silence taught. Nowhere are you shown how to sit with yourself without distraction. Nowhere are you told that your being is already enough. This conditioning works like training an animal with a bell. You know the Pavlov dog. The bell rings, the animal reacts. Not because it has thought about it, but because it has been conditioned to respond. The dog salivates not because there is food, but because there is a bell. In the same way, the image of a woman, attention, approval, rejection, all act like bells inside your mind. They ring and you move. You chase, you impress, you adjust yourself, you abandon your own center, you become a performer, you put on a mask, all without noticing that you are responding, not choosing. Another image will help you see this more clearly. Imagine a puppet pulled by invisible strings. The puppet believes it is dancing freely. The puppet thinks, look at my beautiful dance, look at how much I love. But every movement is controlled. Society pulls these strings gently, cleverly, so gently that you call the movement your own desire. But watch closely. Sit in meditation and watch your own mind. You will see that your longing has been guided, your hunger has been shaped, your fear has been exploited. You are not weak for this, you are unconscious. And unconsciousness is not a sin, it is simply a state that can end. Conditioning creates habit, and habit becomes identity. After years of repetition, you no longer say, I am chasing because I was taught to chase. You say, this is just who I am. I am a romantic. I am emotional. You begin to defend the cage that imprisons you. You begin to feel threatened when the idea of not chasing is presented. When I tell you to stop chasing, you feel fear. Why? Because you are not only dropping attachment to women, you are stepping outside a social script that has defined you for years. The mind resists this fiercely. It says something is wrong. It says you will miss out. It says you will be lonely, broken, incomplete. It screams at you, if I don't chase, nothing will happen. These are not your thoughts, they are echoes. They are the ghosts of your ancestors, the ghosts of your society speaking through you. The moment you see that much of your chasing was taught, not chosen, a crack appears in the pattern. You are no longer completely identified with it. You gain a small distance, just enough to breathe, and in that space, another force becomes visible, one that feeds on all of this conditioning and uses it for its own survival. That force is the ego. Now the picture becomes even clearer, because once conditioning is seen, something inside you starts to feel exposed. And that something is the ego. The ego is very clever. It hides behind beautiful words, behind love, behind romance, behind devotion. But its hunger is simple and constant. It wants confirmation. It wants to be told that it exists, that it matters, that it is special. And being chosen by a woman becomes one of its most powerful sources of food. The ego does not want love. Listen to me. The ego cannot survive in love. Love is too spacious for the ego. Love dissolves boundaries. Love relaxes the grip on identity. The ego wants the opposite. It wants to be defined, measured, elevated. When a woman chooses you, desires you, admires you, the ego swells. It feels taller, stronger, more real. In that moment, you are not celebrating connection. You are celebrating yourself through another's eyes. You are using the woman as a mirror to see your own grandeur. This is why rejection hurts so deeply. It is not the loss of love that wounds you. Love cannot be lost, because love is your nature. It is the collapse of identity that wounds you. When attention disappears, when desire is withdrawn, the ego feels threatened as if it is disappearing. Panic follows. You try harder. You chase more. You negotiate your dignity. You betray your own center. All of this is done to keep the ego alive, not to deepen love. Watch how easily relationships turn into transactions when ego is present. You give affection in exchange for validation. You listen in exchange for being needed. You adjust yourself in exchange for approval. Slowly, without noticing, love becomes a marketplace. And the moment the exchange feels unequal, resentment begins. If you are beginning to see the mechanism of your own ego, if you are beginning to realize how many transactions you have made in the name of love, this is a good sign. It means you are waking up. We have deep resources for those who want to understand the nature of the mind and the ego. I have spoken on this for many years. You can find our collection of e-books available. Reading these words in silence, letting them sink into your subconscious, can break the patterns that 1,000 years of society have built. Check the description for these treasures. They are maps for the lost. The ego always keeps score. Imagine a beggar standing in a crowded street holding out a bowl. When someone drops a coin, the beggar feels relief, even joy. Ah, I am seen, he thinks. When no one notices, the beggar feels invisible, angry, humiliated. The ego lives exactly like this beggar. It stands before women holding out its bowl, craving applause, attention, desire. When it receives, it feels alive. When it does not, it suffers. This suffering has nothing to do with love. It has everything to do with ego. Think of a mirror that needs constant reflection to know it exists. If no one stands before it, it feels empty. The ego is such a mirror. It does not know itself directly. It only knows itself through others. That is why it is always seeking, always restless, always afraid of being alone. Aloneness removes the reflection, and without reflection, the ego trembles. Attachment strengthens this false self. Every time you chase, every time you seek validation, every time you fear losing another, you reinforce the idea that you are incomplete on your own. You teach the ego that it is necessary, and the ego rewards you with brief pleasure followed by long suffering. This is its pattern. It cannot do otherwise. When ego rules, suffering follows not as punishment but as consequence. Life is simply showing you that you are living from something unreal. The moment you see this, not intellectually but directly, as a lived experience, something profound begins to happen. The ego does not need to be fought. It does not need to be destroyed. It only needs to be seen. In seeing, its grip loosens. And as the ego loosens, another truth becomes impossible to ignore. Even if society trains you, even if ego feeds on validation, there is still a deeper law at work. One that makes attachment itself a guarantee of pain. That law is impermanence. Everything in existence is changing. Bodies change, feelings change, desires change, people change, moments change. Nothing remains the same even for a single breath. Yet attachment demands exactly the opposite. It says stay. It says remain the same. It says do not move. Do not change, do not leave. This demand is impossible to fulfill, not because anyone is wrong, but because life does not work that way. When you attach, you resist impermanence, and resistance creates tension. Tension becomes fear, fear becomes control, and control slowly destroys intimacy. The more you try to hold someone tightly, the less space there is for love to breathe. You begin to watch, to doubt, to test, to protect yourself against imagined loss. The relationship becomes heavy, joy disappears, playfulness vanishes. What remains is anxiety disguised as care. Imagine holding sand in your hand. If your palm is open, the sand rests gently, it stays. But if you close your fist tightly, trying to possess the sand, it begins to slip through your fingers. The tighter you grip, the faster it escapes. Attachment works in exactly this way. The more you cling, the more fragile everything becomes. And when loss finally comes, as it always does in some form, the pain feels unbearable because you were fighting life itself. So, what is the alternative? If we stop chasing, if we stop clinging, what happens? This is where the magic begins. This is where the alchemy of the soul takes place. When chasing ends, not because you force it to end, but because understanding has dawned, something deeper than attachment starts to awaken within you. Up to now, your life energy has been flowing outward, leaking constantly through desire, expectation, imagination, and hope. You may not have noticed it, but your attention has been scattered, divided into 1,000 small movements toward others, toward approval, toward being seen. Chasing is not just a behavior, it is a direction, and that direction has been away from yourself. When you stop chasing, something very simple yet very profound happens. Your energy comes back home. It no longer runs outward looking for completion. It no longer rushes ahead of the present moment. It gathers. And when energy gathers, you feel strength without effort, calm without suppression, clarity without struggle. This is not something you do. This is something that happens when you stop doing what was draining you. Desire scatters attention. Every desire pulls you into the future. You imagine, you hope, you plan, you replay, you anticipate. Your body may be here, sitting in your chair, but your mind is elsewhere. It is miles away, chasing a phantom, and where your mind goes, your energy flows. You are leaking vitality in every direction. Stillness gathers power because it brings you back into the now. And in the now, energy is not wasted, it is conserved. Presence replaces effort. You no longer need to push yourself into situations, into conversations, into performances. You simply are. And that being has weight, it has gravity. Think of a river. If a river is broken into 1,000 small streams wandering into the desert, leaking into dry land, it disappears before it can ever reach the ocean. It dries up. It becomes nothing but mud. That is how most men live. Their energy is divided, wasted, lost in unnecessary movement toward women who are not even looking at them. They are exhausted not because life is hard, but because they are flowing in the wrong direction. When the leaks are closed, when chasing ends, the river returns to its source. It gathers itself into one main channel. It becomes deep again. It becomes silent again. It becomes powerful again. Nothing new has been added to you. Only the loss has stopped. Or think of a lamp that is leaking oil. No matter how bright the flame once was, it cannot last. The light flickers, the flame weakens, and eventually darkness returns. You blame the lamp, you blame the wick, you blame the oil. But the problem is the leak. The moment the leak is sealed, the same lamp burns steadily, quietly, without drama. Your energy is like this oil. Chasing leaks it. Awareness preserves it. Inner fullness begins to emerge. Not because you have gained something from the outside, but because you are no longer losing yourself. You start to feel grounded in your body. Your breath deepens. Your movements slow down. Your eyes become still. This is not discipline. I am not asking you to become a soldier. This is relaxation. This is what happens when the nervous system is no longer in a state of constant reaching, constant begging, constant anxiety. Many men fear this moment. I have heard them whisper to me, Osho, if I stop chasing, won't I become dull? Won't I become passive? Won't life become boring? They think that if they stop the fever of pursuit, they will become lifeless. The opposite is true. Chasing is exhausting. It keeps you tense. It keeps you restless. It is a low-grade fever that you have mistaken for heat. When it ends, life energy that was tied up in anxiety becomes available for awareness, for creativity, for joy, and for simple presence. You become more alive, not less. But this aliveness is not frantic. It is contained. It is a fire that warms, not a wildfire that destroys. Energy gathered becomes presence, and presence is felt immediately by others, even though nothing has been said and nothing has been done. Now something strange begins to happen. And it is strange only because you were taught the opposite your whole life. When you stop chasing, when energy gathers and settles inside you, people begin to feel you before you say anything. Women begin to feel you. This is not magic. This is not a technique from a pickup artist's handbook. This is simply how life responds to stillness. Need repels, wholeness attracts. This is the law of energy. The moment you are no longer hungry, you become nourishing. Understand this clearly. Attraction does not happen because you are trying to attract. The moment you try, you have already failed. Trying means lack. Trying means effort born out of fear. Trying means you want something from the other. And the other feels this immediately. Even if they cannot explain it, even if they cannot put it into words, their being senses it. Need has a smell. It is a subtle, energetic odor. It creates discomfort. It creates pressure. It makes the other want to move away. Not because they are cruel, but because they are protecting their own space from your hunger. No one wants to be eaten. No one wants to be used to fill your void. When you are full, nothing is asked. Nothing is demanded. You are not leaning forward energetically. You are not pulling. You are not reaching with invisible hooks. You are simply there. And in that being there, something subtle begins to radiate. Silence speaks louder than pursuit ever could. Your eyes become calm pools instead of searching radars. Your movements become slow and certain. Your words carry weight because they are not trying to convince. They are not trying to sell anything. Mystery arises from this centeredness. When you are constantly explaining yourself, constantly proving yourself, constantly chasing attention, there is no mystery left. You are exposed, you are exhausted, you are predictable, you are like an open book that has been read 1,000 times. Boring, but when you are rooted in yourself, when you do not rush to fill the silence, when you are comfortable not being chosen, a depth appears. The other senses something unknown, something not easily accessible, something alive. They wonder, who is this man who does not need me? Who is this man who is content within himself? That curiosity is the seed of true attraction. Think of a flower. Does the flower run after the bee? Does the flower shout, "Come here, I have nectar"? Does the flower send messages to the bee asking, "Why didn't you visit me today?" No. It simply blooms. It stands in its own truth. It opens its petals to the sun, and because it blooms fully, because it is content in its own existence, the fragrance spreads. And the bees come. They come not out of obligation. They come not out of pity. They come because life is drawn to life. They come because the flower has something to share, not something to take. Or think of the moon. It does not pull the ocean by effort. It does not sweat and strain to move the tides. It simply exists in its fullness. And the vast ocean responds. It rises to meet the moon. Too. If you are beginning to feel the truth of this blooming within your own heart, if you are realizing how much effort you have wasted chasing bees instead of becoming the flower, then pause for a moment. This realization is valuable. If you wish to express your appreciation for this insight, you can use the super thanks button below. It is a way to honor the exchange of wisdom. And do not forget to share this video with a friend who is still running, still exhausted, still chasing. You might save him years of suffering, but listen to me carefully now, for here is where most men make a mistake. The moment they notice that presence attracts, they turn presence into a new strategy. They think, aha, Osho says, if I stop chasing, she will come. So I will stop chasing in order to make her come. Do you see the trap? They drop the chasing only to start waiting. They stop running, but they start hoping. This is still attachment. It is just wearing a calmer face. It is a trick of the mind. You are still focused on the outcome. You are still manipulating. You are still a beggar, just a silent beggar now. Attraction then becomes the new goal, the new measurement, the new proof of worth. You watch out of the corner of your eye. Is it working? Is she looking? This is not freedom. This is just a more sophisticated form of slavery. This is why I say clearly, attraction is a byproduct, not a purpose. The moment it becomes your purpose, presence is lost. You are back in the marketplace again, trading silence for outcome, trading stillness for reward, and life withdraws once more. The flower does not bloom for the bee. If the bee comes, good. If the bee does not come, good. The flower blooms because blooming is its joy. There is a deeper freedom waiting beyond attraction, something far more valuable than being desired. It is the freedom from needing to be desired at all. And that freedom changes everything. Now we come to a freedom that almost no one talks about because society survives by keeping you deprived of it. If everyone had this freedom, the economy of cosmetics, of fashion, of desperate entertainment would collapse. This freedom is not dramatic. It does not announce itself with trumpets. It arrives quietly, like a deep exhale you did not know you were holding for years. When you stop chasing, when energy returns and presence settles, something fundamental breaks inside you. You are no longer living at the mercy of approval. Up to now, your sense of worth has been floating outside of you. It has been a leaf in the wind. It has depended on smiles, messages, attention, desire, response. You felt good when you were wanted. You felt small when you were ignored. Your inner state was constantly being adjusted by forces you did not control. This is not living. This is begging disguised as relationship. You were a puppet, and everyone held the strings except you. When validation is no longer needed, self-worth becomes internal. It is no longer something that rises and falls like the stock market. It becomes a quiet ground beneath your feet, solid, unshakable. You do not feel superior. That is the ego. You do not feel inferior. That is also the ego. You simply feel settled. You are home. And from this settledness, you move differently in the world. You speak without trying to impress. You listen without trying to be liked. You walk without scanning the room for approval. Rejection loses its power because there is nothing left to collapse. When someone turns away, nothing inside you shatters. You feel the moment. You acknowledge it. You see it clearly, and it passes. There is no story to protect, no image to defend, no identity to repair. The mirror is gone, so you stop worrying about the reflection. This does not make you cold. Do not misunderstand. It makes you capable of truth. Before you moved toward people because you had to. You were driven by hunger. Now you move because you choose to. This single shift changes the entire quality of relationship. Compulsion creates tension. Choice creates grace. When you are free to walk away, staying becomes meaningful. When you are not afraid of losing, meeting becomes authentic. Dignity returns. Not the pride of the ego. Pride is loud. Pride is fragile. But a quiet self-respect that does not need to be displayed. You no longer negotiate your values for affection. You no longer tolerate what hurts you just to avoid being alone. You no longer shrink yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. This dignity is felt immediately, even if no one speaks of it. It radiates from your skin, Think of a king. Does a king beg for attention? Does he run after people asking, "Do you like me? Am I good enough?" No, he does not announce his power. He does not demand recognition. His presence is enough. He rests in his own center. Or think of a mountain. Storms pass, winds rage, seasons change. Snow comes, snow melts, the mountain remains. Not because it resists the storm, but because it is rooted. It is ancient. It is one with the earth. This is what freedom from validation feels like. You are rooted. You are no longer pushed and pulled by every glance, every word, every silence. You are the mountain. And from this rootedness, something unexpected becomes possible. Only now can love appear without fear. Only now can connection happen without chains. Only now can you meet another, not from hunger, but from fullness. Freedom opens the door to real love. Now you are standing at a very delicate threshold, because only after freedom from validation is tasted can love be seen clearly. Before this, everything you called love was mixed with need, fear, expectation, and unconscious bargaining. It was a soup of chemicals and neuroses. Now, the fog begins to lift. Now the difference becomes obvious, simple, undeniable. Love and attachment may look similar on the surface. They both involve two people. They both involve closeness, but inwardly they move in completely opposite directions. Attachment takes. It reaches out with empty hands, hoping the other will fill them. It asks, often silently, "Give me meaning, give me safety, give me worth, give me assurance that I am not alone." It is a demand masked as a hug. Love does not ask. Love shares. Love overflows. Love says, "I am full, my cup is running over, and because I am full, I want to share this fullness with you." One comes from lack, the other comes from abundance. One tightens the chest, creating anxiety. The other opens it, creating breath. Love gives without expectation. This is not morality. I am not teaching you to be good. This is not sacrifice. This is not effort. It is simply the natural movement of fullness. When you have water, you share water. When you are thirsty, you steal water. It is physics, spiritual physics. Attachment always keeps a hidden account. It is a bookkeeper. It gives with one hand and waits with the other. It may wait patiently, politely, but it is waiting. It is calculating. I did this for her, so she must do this for me. And when the return does not come, pain appears, resentment appears, anger appears. The mask falls off and the predator is revealed. Love never keeps accounts because there is nothing to gain. The joy is in the giving itself. Love celebrates freedom. It wants the other to grow, to change, to explore, to become more alive. Attachment fears freedom because freedom threatens possession. Attachment says, "Stay the same, stay close. Do not move too far. Do not change too much. Fit into my box." Love says, "Go wherever life takes you. Fly as high as you can." And if our paths meet, they meet in joy, not obligation. Think of a song being sung. The singer does not sing to get something back from the listener. He does not sing so you will pay him a compliment. The joy is in the singing itself. The song is the reward. Attachment is like collecting a debt. It says, "I gave you this, now you owe me that." This language of owing destroys love without making a sound. It rots the roots of the relationship. Or think of a gift. A true gift is forgotten the moment it is given. If you remember it, if you remind the other person of it, it was not a gift, it was a loan, it was a bribe. A gift given with expectation is no longer a gift, it is a contract. This is why attachment feels heavy and love feels light. Attachment pulls inward, collapsing the space. Love flows outward, expanding the universe. Attachment narrows your world to one person. Love expands your world to include the stars. Attachment says, "You are mine." Love says, "You are free." Clarity sharpens when contrast is seen. The moment you feel tight, demanding, afraid of loss, know that attachment is present. Do not judge it, just know it. Say, "Ah, fear is here." The moment you feel spacious, relaxed, joyful without reason, know that love is near. These are not ideas to remember for an exam. These are inner signals to notice. These are the traffic lights of your soul. And as this clarity deepens, another truth reveals itself. One that explains why so many relationships lose their spark, their playfulness, their aliveness over time. We must now look at how attachment quietly kills romance itself. Now look closely, because this is where many people become confused and blame the wrong things. They say romance fades because time passes. They say it fades because familiarity grows, because life becomes routine, because you have seen each other in pajamas too many times. These are only surface explanations. These are excuses. The real reason romance dies is much simpler and much more uncomfortable. Romance suffocates when need replaces presence. The moment attachment enters, intimacy begins to wither. Even if the relationship continues, the life goes out of it. At the beginning, there is playfulness, there is curiosity, there is lightness. Two people meet without knowing each other, without owning each other, without demanding permanence. There is space, and in that space, energy dances. It is electric, but slowly fear enters. Expectations appear, roles solidify. You are the boyfriend, I am the girlfriend. The future is discussed, imagined, negotiated. Romance is asked to carry weight it was never meant to hold. It is asked to provide security, and under that weight it collapses. Desire replaces presence. You stop seeing the other as they are and begin to see them as a source of fulfillment. You stop seeing the woman, you see only what she can give you. Fear replaces playfulness. You stop teasing life and start protecting yourself. You become careful. You walk on eggshells. Expectation replaces joy. You no longer meet in the moment. You meet with a checklist. Did she call? Did she say the right words? Control replaces trust. You watch more closely. You question more often. You seek reassurance instead of connection. Think of a plant that is watered constantly, obsessively, every hour of the day. The owner loves the plant so much he drowns it. The intention may be care, but the result is decay. The roots rot. The plant suffocates. It turns yellow and dies. Love is exactly like this plant. It needs space, it needs air, it needs sunlight, it needs dry spells. Too much holding is as destructive as neglect. Or think of a butterfly resting on your hand. It is beautiful, fragile, a miracle of existence. The moment you close your fingers around it, trying to keep it, trying to make sure it never flies away, you crush the very beauty you wanted to preserve. When you open your hand, you find only a dead thing. Romance needs mystery. It needs uncertainty. It needs the freedom to appear and disappear, to deepen and retreat, to breathe. Attachment hates mystery. It wants clarity, labels, promises, guarantees. Attachment wants to know where it stands at all times. It wants a map. Romance lives in the territory, not on the map. Romance lives in not knowing. This is why attachment and romance cannot coexist for long. One needs control, the other needs freedom. They are enemies. Many people believe romance can be saved by effort, by communication, by techniques, by date nights, by rules. These may decorate the surface, they may paint the corpse, but they cannot bring back aliveness if attachment remains. The real work is not doing more, it is needing less. The real shift is not fixing the relationship, it is releasing the grip inside yourself. Only a free man can love freely. Only a man who does not need romance can enjoy it fully. This sounds paradoxical, but life is full of such truths. The moment you stop asking love to complete you, love begins to dance again. And when attachment loosens even further, something even more radical becomes possible. Love without ownership, love without fear, love without chains. This is where we must go next. Now we arrive at a point that the mind resists strongly because the mind has been trained to equate love with possession. It says, if I love you, you must belong to me. If you belong to me, I am safe. If I am safe, I can relax. This logic appears sensible to the ego, but it is built on fear, not truth. Love without ownership is not only possible, it is the only form of love that does not decay. Ownership turns a living human being into an object, very subtly, very politely, but decisively. The moment you say mine, my wife, my girlfriend, my partner, the relationship shifts. You may still smile, still touch, still speak of love, but inwardly something has hardened. Fear has entered. You are no longer meeting a mystery. You are guarding a possession. You have become a jailer. And possession always creates anxiety because what is owned can be lost. If you own a diamond, you are afraid of thieves. If you own a person, you are afraid of freedom. True love exists without possession. It does not try to freeze the other in time. It does not try to control direction, growth, curiosity, or change. It understands something very simple and very profound. You can walk together without holding chains. You can share without merging. You can meet without disappearing into each other. When there is no ownership, there is no fear of loss. This does not mean you do not care. It means you care without clinging. Gratitude replaces grasping. You appreciate the moment because you are not trying to secure the future. You say yes to what is here now without demanding that it remain forever. Love without ownership feels spacious. You can breathe inside it. You do not feel watched. You do not feel measured. You do not feel evaluated. You feel seen, not possessed. And because there is no fear, honesty becomes possible. You do not lie to protect the relationship. You do not hide to avoid conflict. Truth flows naturally when nothing is being defended. Think of two flames burning side by side. They are close, they share warmth, they illuminate each other, they dance together in the wind, but they do not merge into one blob of fire. Each keeps its own center, each keeps its own fuel. If you force them to merge, both lose their shape. Or think of two rivers meeting. They flow together for a time, sharing water, sharing direction, carrying each other's leaves and boats. Yet each carries its own source, its own history, its own journey. There is meeting, but not erasure. This love arises only from inner fullness. A person who is empty will always try to own because ownership gives a false sense of security. At least I have this, they think. A person who is full has nothing to protect. He can love without fear because he is not asking love to save him. Most relationships fail not because love disappears, but because ownership slowly suffocates it. The bird dies in the cage. And when ownership dissolves, something astonishing happens. Love becomes light again. Playfulness returns. Mystery reappears. Not because you tried to fix anything, but because you removed the chains. Now you may feel a quiet question forming inside you, even if you do not put it into words. You are asking, Osho, This sounds beautiful, but how? How can one reach this fullness? How can one stop fearing aloneness so deeply that ownership is no longer needed? For this, you must turn inward completely and discover the power of being whole alone. You must face the very thing you have been running from. You say you want love, yet you keep choosing the same pain again and again. Have you noticed this pattern? You are addicted not to love, but to the drama that hides your loneliness. The mind calls it romance, it calls it passion, but it is only repetition. It is the same story, the same wound, just with new names and new faces. You change the actors, but the script remains the same tragedy. In this moment, I want to show you how pain in love is not a curse, but a cleansing. I want to show you how heartbreak is not the destruction of love, but its beginning. You will understand why you attract the same patterns, why love seems to hurt, and how to transform that pain into awakening. You will not learn how to protect yourself from love. That is what cowards do. You will learn how to love so deeply that no one can hurt you again. Because when you become love itself, there is no one left to wound. I have seen many who come to me broken, trembling, carrying the ashes of love in their hands. They sit before me and ask, "Osho, why does love hurt so much?" And I tell them, love has never hurt anyone. Love is the only healing force in existence. What hurts is your illusion of what love should be. You wanted someone to complete you. You did not want to face your own emptiness. But emptiness is not your enemy. It is the space where love is born. Once you stop escaping yourself, the pain will turn into light. Listen closely. The heart doesn't break because of love. It breaks because of everything that was not love. The expectation, the clinging, the belief that someone else is responsible for your happiness. Love itself is too vast to break. Can you break the sky? Can you break the wind? No. Only the glass house you built around the love can shatter. And when that illusion breaks, you call it heartbreak. But what if heartbreak was actually the beginning of seeing clearly? Let me tell you a story. Once a disciple came to me weeping. He was devastated. "Master," he said, "she left me. I loved her with all my heart and she walked away. I am destroyed. What will I do now?" I looked at him and smiled gently. He was shocked by my smile. He thought I was mocking his pain, but I said to him, "She never left you. She only stepped aside so you could finally see yourself." At first, he didn't understand. He was too full of tears. But as the silence grew between us, something in him began to settle. He realized that all his love had been reaching outward, never inward. The woman was just the surface. The real meeting had not yet begun, the meeting with himself. She did him a great favor. By leaving, she removed the screen he was projecting his life onto. She forced him to look at the projector. Pain is intelligence. It speaks the language of truth. When you feel pain, life is trying to tell you something. It is grabbing you by the shoulders and shaking you. It is showing you where you have gone blind, where you have mistaken dependency for devotion, possession for passion. And yet, what do we do when pain arises? We resist, we fight, we tighten our fists around the past, we replay the memories, we stalk their social media, we keep reopening the wound, hoping that somehow it will heal by holding it closed. But pain doesn't dissolve through resistance, it dissolves through awareness. The moment you look at your suffering without trying to escape it, something shifts. It is like turning on a light in a dark room. The shadows don't have to be chased away. They disappear on their own because they were never real. If you are feeling this pain right now, if you are sitting in the ashes of a relationship, I want you to know you are not alone. This community is here for you. If you feel ready to turn this pain into power, support this channel by clicking the join button. It is a commitment to your own growth. And if these words are acting as a balm for your soul, you can leave a super thanks. It is a way of saying, I receive this healing. Think of your heart as a cup. When it cracks, you think it is ruined. You think, now I am damaged goods. But the crack is where the light enters. The very thing you curse becomes the opening through which understanding pours in. Without the crack, no light. Without the heartbreak, no awakening. This is the paradox of love. It hurts you only to make you real. It breaks you only to make space for what is true. You see, love isn't kind to the false. It is ruthless with lies. It doesn't care about your comfort. It cares about your awakening. It will burn down your entire house if that is what it takes for you to see the sky. When you say, love hurt me, what you really mean is, love destroyed the lies I built around myself. The ego calls it pain. The soul calls it freedom. So when you sit with your heartbreak tonight, do not try to fix it. Do not try to medicate it with alcohol or new lovers. Just breathe, let it ache, let it burn away what isn't real. Because this pain, this raw, unfiltered ache, is the proof that you have loved deeply enough to touch truth. And once truth has touched you, you can never go back to sleep again. And once you stop calling the wound your enemy, something miraculous begins. You start to heal, not from love, but through love. Here is something most people never realize until life forces them to see it. Every person you love is a mirror. They do not come into your life by coincidence, and they do not wound you by mistake. They appear exactly when you are ready to see a part of yourself that you have been unwilling to face. The lover who abandons you shows you your deep, ancient fear of being alone. The partner who betrays you reveals how deeply you still betray yourself, how you ignore your own intuition, how you compromise your own truth. The friend who disappoints you exposes the expectations you hide behind kindness. Every encounter is a reflection, and until you understand this, you will keep breaking the same mirror again and again, blaming its cracks for your own blindness. When I look at human relationships, I see millions of people trying to polish the mirror. You change partners, you change appearances, you change your words. You go to the gym to look better. You make more money. You are furiously polishing the mirror, hoping the reflection will change, but you refuse to clean the dust that is inside of you. The mirror on the wall is not the problem. The dust within your mind is. You can replace the mirror 1,000 times, but until you wipe away that inner dust of fear, doubt, and longing, every reflection will distort. You will see rejection where there is truth. You will see betrayal where there is freedom. You will see loss where there is only transformation. The other is never responsible for your suffering. They only magnify what was already there, quietly sleeping inside you, waiting to be seen. Once a seeker came to me crying, "Another one, for the world is full of weeping lovers." "Beloved Master," she said, "why do I keep attracting the same man in different bodies? They look different, they have different names, but the ending is always the same. First passion, then pain. First promises, then silence. Am I cursed?" I smiled, for her question was the question of almost every human being who has ever loved. I told her, "Because the lesson remains the same. You have not learned it yet. Life is a patient teacher. It will keep sending you the same experience, dressed in new faces, until you finally see the truth it carries. She was silent for a long time. Then her tears softened. She realized the pattern had not been a punishment. It was a call to awareness. When she understood that, she stopped searching for a different man and began searching for the one she had forgotten, herself. When you blame the other, you avoid your own reflection. You say, "She is toxic, she is crazy, she is cold." Maybe she is, but why are you there? What in you needs that drama? What in you is reacting to this? The moment you ask, "What in me is reacting?" you step out of the prison of repetition. Relationships become conscious only when you use them not as escapes, but as mirrors. They are the most sacred tools life has given you. They are living, breathing mirrors that show you the exact state of your consciousness. The people you attract are not accidents, they are teachers. Some stay to guide you gently, others burn you like fire. But even the fire is grace. It burns only what you no longer need. It burns the dead wood of your ego. You cannot evolve if you keep surrounding yourself with comfort. If you only want people who agree with you, who flatter you, who never challenge you, you will remain a child. Growth always comes with friction. That is why love hurts. Not because love is cruel, but because you are still fragile in the face of truth. The more aware you become, the more you will see this law in action. When you are filled with fear, you meet those who exploit it. When you are filled with guilt, you meet those who confirm it. When you are filled with peace, you meet those who expand it. The outer world dances to the rhythm of your inner world, and the moment you take responsibility for your own reflection, your entire reality begins to change. It is impossible to be deceived by another if you no longer deceive yourself. It is impossible to be abandoned if you no longer abandon your own being. It is impossible to lose love if you have already found its source within. Once you understand this, even those who walk away leave a blessing behind because they have fulfilled their role in your awakening. You will bow inwardly, not in resentment, but in gratitude, whispering, "Thank you. Thank you for showing me what I could not see alone. Thank you for the pain, for it woke me up." This is a very advanced understanding. It takes courage. It is easier to be a victim. It is delicious to the ego to say, "Look how they hurt me." But if you want freedom, you must drop the role of the victim. When gratitude replaces blame, the mirror no longer frightens you. You see, it was never against you. It was always for you. Every face, every encounter, every heartbreak was a step leading you closer to your own soul. This path of using relationships as a mirror is detailed in my teachings on Tantra and awareness. If you wish to go deeper into how to clean the dust from your eyes, I recommend exploring the ebooks linked below. They are not just books, they are devices to help you see. When you can finally look into the mirror of another and smile at your own reflection without fear or expectation, you have discovered the secret. Love was never about two bodies meeting. It was about two reflections merging into one clear awareness. And when this understanding blossoms, you will realize that love was never something you found outside. It was always the quality of seeing. Love is clarity. Love is consciousness looking into itself. Now we move into the most sacred alchemy of all, the turning of pain into understanding. The moment when the wound that once burned you becomes the very fire that lights your way. Pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to wake you from your sleep. Every heartbreak, every tear, every silent night where you stared into the dark wondering why. All of it was a secret invitation. Life was saying, "Come closer, stop running. There is something I want you to see." but you did not want to see. You wanted comfort, not clarity. You wanted healing without awareness. You wanted a bandage, not a cure. And that is why pain stayed, because it was still waiting for you to listen. Pain is a teacher that does not speak in words. It teaches through experience, through endings, through absence. It strips away the layers of illusion that you have built around yourself. Illusions of control, of permanence, of ownership. When love leaves, it does not take anything real with it. It only takes away your dreams of what you thought life should be. And in that emptiness, in that vast space where the story collapses, something profound begins to emerge: understanding. But understanding is not born from avoidance. It is born when you sit quietly with your pain and let it burn without resistance. Most people cannot do this. They distract themselves immediately. They run to another person, to a new story, to some movement that promises to fill the void. I need a rebound, they say. They are running from the gold mine of their own suffering. Whatever is not faced will return again and again until it has been met with full awareness. Meditation is nothing but this meeting, the courage to sit with yourself without flinching. When you meditate on your pain, you do not analyze it. You do not say, "This comes from my childhood, this comes from my mother." No analysis. Analysis is the mind trying to control. You do not interpret it. You simply witness it. You watch the sensation in your chest. You watch the tightness in your throat. You say, "Yes, this is here." And something miraculous happens. The pain begins to change its flavor. The same fire that once burned now starts to illuminate. The same tears that once felt heavy start to cleanse. It is as if the poison turns into medicine the very moment you stop fighting it. Once a woman came to me. Her eyes were swollen from crying. She was broken. "Beloved," she said, "how can I love again after being betrayed? I gave him everything and he betrayed me." I looked at her and said, "Do not love again." She was shocked. She expected me to tell her to be brave. I said, "Do not love again. Become love. When you become love itself, no one can betray you." She stared at me in disbelief because the mind cannot understand such a thing. The mind only knows opposites: love and hate, trust and betrayal, closeness and distance. But the heart, when awakened, sees beyond opposites. When you are love, you no longer divide the world into those who gave and those who took. You realize there was never anyone to take anything from you. Everything that happens simply deepens your capacity to feel. Even betrayal becomes a gift, for it teaches you to find love within yourself instead of begging for it outside. The broken heart is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning of your awakening. Every crack in your heart is a door opening toward compassion. Compassion is not pity. Pity looks down, compassion looks across. It is the ability to see that everyone is carrying their own invisible wounds. When you have suffered deeply, you stop judging others so easily. You begin to recognize the pain behind their anger, the fear behind their silence, the longing behind their coldness. Suddenly, you see that no one ever truly hurt you. They were simply acting from their own unconsciousness. They were sleepwalking. They bumped into you because they were asleep. Would you be angry at a blind man for bumping into you? No. You would feel compassion. This understanding frees you because now you see that what they did was not personal. It was mechanical, like a dreamer moving in sleep. And once you see that, your pain dissolves. It does not need to stay anymore. because it has served its purpose. The lotus flower grows only in mud. Without the darkness, there can be no beauty. Without the swamp, there can be no fragrance. You too are like that lotus. Your heartbreaks, your losses, your failures, they are the mud in which your soul roots itself. If you deny the mud, you deny your own growth. When you understand this, you stop cursing your suffering, you start bowing to it. You say, "Thank you for coming. Thank you for breaking me open. Thank you for showing me what still needed to be seen." This gratitude is the sign that transformation has begun. And what does this transformation look like? You begin to smile again, but this time your smile carries the taste of wisdom. It is not the naive smile of a child who knows nothing of the world. It is the smile of a sage who has seen the fire and walked through it. You love again, but this time your love does not cling. You cry again, but this time your tears are not of despair, they are of release. You start to notice beauty everywhere, in the smallest things, the rustle of leaves, the warmth of sunlight, the quiet hum of life moving through you. The world has not changed, you have. Pain has polished your eyes until they see clearly. When pain turns into understanding, understanding turns into compassion, and compassion turns into love. Not the love that wants something in return, but the love that simply radiates. It doesn't ask, it doesn't demand, it doesn't even choose, it just is. And that is the highest state of being. But reaching this highest state is not easy. I do not want to deceive you. I do not want to give you false hope that simply by listening to me, you will be transformed. Listening is only the beginning. The mind is ancient, and its conditioning is deep. You have been told that love is the ultimate goal, but you have not been told that what you call love is largely biology playing a trick on you. We must go deeper into this, or you will remain a victim of your own chemistry. You see, nature has no interest in your enlightenment. Nature has no interest in your freedom. Nature has only one interest: reproduction, survival, continuation of the species. To nature, you are not a spiritual being, you are a biological vessel, and to ensure that you continue the biological chain, nature has invented a very powerful drug. That drug is what you call falling in love. Observe yourself when you are infatuated. Are you sane? No. You are in a fever. You lose your appetite, you lose your sleep, your heart races, your focus narrows. If you went to a doctor with these symptoms, he would classify it as an illness. But because society glorifies it, you call it romance. This fever is designed to blind you. It blinds you to the reality of the other person. You do not see the woman as she is. You see a projection. You see a goddess. You see the solution to all your problems. You see the one. And this brings us to one of the most dangerous lies ever told to humanity. The lie of the soulmate, the lie of the special one. Listen to me carefully, because this illusion is the root of your suffering. You have been taught that somewhere out there, there is one special person, one missing half who will make you whole. This idea is poetic, but it is poisonous. It destroys you in two ways. First, it makes you feel perpetually incomplete. You walk through life feeling like half a circle, rolling around looking for the other half. How can a half circle ever be happy? It is always wobbly, always unstable. You are waiting for someone to come and plug the hole in your soul. This puts you in a position of weakness, of begging. Second, it destroys the relationship when you finally find someone, because no human being can live up to the fantasy of the soulmate. No woman can be your savior. She is a human being. She has her own fears, her own traumas, her own bad days, her own conditioning. She goes to the toilet just like you. She gets angry just like you. But you have placed her on a pedestal so high that she is bound to fall. And when she falls, you feel betrayed. You say, she changed. She did not change. The drug wore off. The biology accomplished its goal. You are together, and now the chemical fog lifts, and you are left staring at a stranger. This is the moment of danger, but it is also the moment of opportunity. Most men run away at this moment. They think, oh, I made a mistake. This is not the soulmate. I must find the real one. And they start the chase again. New woman, new excitement, new projection, same ending. It is a wheel of sorrow. I want you to jump off this wheel. I want you to see that there is no special one. Every person is special, and no person is special. When you understand that there is no magical other who will fix you, a great burden falls from your shoulders. It sounds depressing to the ego, but it is liberating to the spirit. If no one can save you, then you are free to save yourself. If no one can complete you, then you must discover your own inherent completeness. Why are you so afraid of being a whole circle? Why do you insist on being a crescent moon? The moon does not need another moon to be full. It becomes full by aligning itself with the sun, with the source of light. You become full by aligning yourself with your own consciousness. This biological trick is powerful because it uses your own energy against you. It takes your vital force, your sexual energy, your creative fire, and projects it outward onto an object. You become like a moth flying into a flame. The moth thinks the flame is life, but the flame is death. In your chasing, in your obsession with women, you are dissipating the most potent energy you possess. You are leaking gold. The man who chases is throwing his gold into the street, hoping someone will pick it up and smile at him. The man of awareness keeps his gold. He circulates it within his own being, and because he is full of energy, he becomes a magnet. This is the irony of existence. When you hoard your energy, when you refine it through meditation, the world comes to you. When you throw it away in desperate pursuit, the world runs from you. Have you ever noticed how attractive you become when you are genuinely busy with your own purpose? When you are lost in your art, your work, your meditation? Suddenly the phone rings. Suddenly the messages come. Why? Because you have taken your hooks out of them. You have retrieved your energy. People can feel when you pull your energy back. It creates a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. They are drawn in to fill the space. But if you turn around and try to grab them, the vacuum is gone and they leave. It is a dance of energy. And you have been dancing with two left feet because you are dancing to the rhythm of biology, not the rhythm of consciousness. To transcend this biological trap, you must become a watcher of your own impulses. When the urge to chase arises, when the loneliness kicks in, do not act on it immediately. Stop, sit, close your eyes, feel the pull. It will feel like a physical ache in the chest, a tightness in the stomach. It will say, call her, text her, go to the bar, find someone. It is a scream from your genetic programming. Don't fight it, don't suppress it, just watch it. Say to yourself, I see you, biology, I see you, loneliness. You are there, but I am here, watching. Create a distance between the urge and the action. In that distance, freedom is born. If you can watch the urge for 10 minutes without acting, the urge will change. It will lose its grip. The energy that was pushing you outward will turn inward and become a moment of silence. You have won a victory, a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. And life is made of these small victories. if you are finding the strength to watch your urges rather than be a slave to them, then you are doing the work of a true seeker. This channel exists to support you in this difficult work. Consider becoming a member by clicking Join below. Your support helps us keep this lighthouse burning for all the ships lost at sea. And if you have felt a weight lift from your chest during this talk, express it with a super thanks. Let the energy flow. Now let us look at the beggar mindset that keeps you running. You are an emperor who has fallen asleep and dreamed he is a beggar. You are holding a golden bowl, but you are using it to beg for pennies. The golden bowl is your consciousness. The pennies are validation, attention, sex, approval. Why does the emperor beg? Because he has forgotten who he is. He has amnesia. Society benefits from your amnesia. If you knew you were an emperor, you would not be a good consumer. You would not buy the cars, the clothes, the colognes that promise to make you attractive. You would not work in jobs you hate to impress people you do not like. A man who knows he is complete is dangerous to the economy. He is dangerous to the political structure. He is dangerous to the religious institutions because he needs nothing. He cannot be bribed. He cannot be threatened. He is free. So, the whole system is designed to keep you asleep, to keep you feeling not enough. Look at the advertisements. Look at the movies. What is the message? You are lacking. You are missing something. But if you get this woman, if you get this status, then you will be happy. It is the carrot on the stick, and you are the donkey. You keep running, the carrot keeps moving. You never get the carrot, but you exhaust yourself until you die. I say, stop, spit out the bit, let the carrot rot. Look around you. You are not a donkey. You are not a beast of burden. You are consciousness itself. But to wake up from this dream of being a beggar requires a shock. It requires you to look at your love and see the selfishness within it. This is hard to hear. You want to believe your love is pure. You say, but Osho, I would die for her. I say, that is not love. That is desperation. That is a suicidal instinct disguised as romance. Why do you want to die for her? Live for yourself. Only a man who lives fully for himself can offer anything of value to another. A dead martyr is of no use to a woman. A strong, alive, vibrant man is a gift. Your self-sacrifice is just a manipulation. You are saying, look how much I suffer for you. Now you must love me back. It is a guilt trip. It is a heavy chain you place around the woman's neck. I am dying for you. What a terrible burden to place on another human being. Real love is light. It has no weight. It is playful. It says, I am happy. You are happy. Let us be happy together. And if you need to go, go with my blessings, because my happiness does not depend on you. Can you say this? My happiness does not depend on you. If you can say this to a woman and mean it, you become irresistible, because you are the only man she has ever met who does not want to take something from her. Every other man is a beggar pulling at her energy. You are a king resting in your own. She will be curious. She will be safe. She will be drawn to your abundance. But you cannot fake this. You cannot just say the words. It must be a vibration in your cells. And that vibration comes only from facing your aloneness. We must speak about aloneness now, for it is the only cure for the disease of attachment. But you must understand the difference between loneliness and aloneness. They sound similar, but they are as different as the earth and the sky. Loneliness is a negative state. Loneliness means you are missing the other. Loneliness means you are dark, empty, sad. It is the feeling of no one is here. Aloneness is a positive state. Aloneness means you are present. It means I am here. It is the feeling of overflowing presence. It is the joy of being with yourself. When you are lonely, you are bored with yourself. Think about it. You are bored with your own company, so you run out to find someone else to entertain you. But if you are bored with yourself, why do you think anyone else will enjoy your company? If you are not interesting to yourself, you will not be interesting to others. You will be a burden. When you are in aloneness, you are thrilled with your own being. You are celebrating the miracle of existence that is pulsating within you. You do not need distraction. You are enough. The man who chases women is running from loneliness. The man who attracts women is resting in aloneness. The shift from loneliness to aloneness is the work of meditation. There is no other way. You cannot think your way there. You cannot read your way there. You must sit. You must encounter the silence. At first, the silence will be terrifying. It will be full of monsters, the monsters of your past, your regrets, your fears. The mind will scream. It will say, turn on the TV, call a friend, do something. This is the withdrawal symptom. You are an addict, addicted to the other. And when you stop the drug, the withdrawal hits. You will shake, you will sweat, you will feel crazy. Good. This means the cure is working. Stay with it. Don't run. Let the monsters come. Let the ghosts dance. Watch them. They cannot hurt you. They are just thoughts. Like clouds passing across the sky. They will come and they will go. And behind the clouds, you will discover the vast blue sky of your own nature. That sky is always there. It has never been touched by your trauma, your heartbreaks, your failures. It is pristine. It is virgin. When you touch that virgin space within you, you are born again. You are no longer the son of your parents. You are the son of existence. And in that rebirth, the need to chase evaporates like mist in the morning sun. Why would you chase a candle when you have become the sun? But the ego will try to trick you again. It is very cunning. It will say, okay, I will meditate, I will be alone, so that I can get the girl. Do you see? The motive is still the same. You are trying to use spirituality as a currency to buy love. This will not work. Existence cannot be fooled. Your vibration cannot lie. As long as the getting is the goal, you remain a beggar. You must drop the goal completely. You must reach a point where you say, if she comes, beautiful. If she does not come, beautiful. My joy is independent of the outcome. This is true detachment. Detachment does not mean indifference. It does not mean you don't care. It means you are not dependent. You can enjoy the flower without picking it. You can enjoy the sunset without trying to put it in your pocket. When you stop trying to possess life, life possesses you. It flows through you with such intensity that you become a beacon of light. I am reminded of an ancient parable. There was a musk deer who smelled a divine fragrance. The smell was so enchanting, so captivating, that the deer became possessed by it. He thought, I must find the source of this smell. He ran through the forest. He ran over mountains. He ran through valleys. He asked the trees, where is the smell coming from? He asked the rocks. He ran until his hooves were bleeding, until his heart was bursting. He spent his whole life running, searching for the source of that beautiful fragrance. Finally, exhausted, collapsing into death, he fell to the ground. And as he curled up to die, his nose touched his own belly. And suddenly he realized the fragrance was coming from his own navel. The musk was inside him all along. He had run around the world searching for what he already carried. You are that deer, the fragrance of love, of bliss, of completion. It is not in the woman. It is not in the relationship. It is not in the approval of society. It is in your own center. You are carrying the musk, but you are running away from it. Stop running. Check your own belly. Check your own heart. The treasure is where you are standing. But you have been conditioned to look out, always out. Your eyes open outward, your ears hear outward, your hands reach outward. Meditation is the reversal of this flow. It is the turning of the eyes inward. It is strange, is it not? We explore the moon, we explore Mars, we explore the bottom of the ocean, but the territory within us remains unknown. It is the darkest continent, and because it is dark, you are afraid to enter it. You need a light to enter this darkness. That light is awareness. And when you bring awareness into your relationships, everything changes. You stop using the other as a drug and start enjoying them as a fellow traveler. Consider this. Two beggars cannot be friends. They will always be competitors. They will always look at each other's bowls with jealousy. He got more than me. She gave him a smile. Why not me? Only two emperors can be friends because neither wants anything from the other. They meet in their abundance. Their meeting is a luxury, not a necessity. I want you to elevate yourself to the status of an emperor. And the kingdom is not of land and gold. The kingdom is of awareness and silence. Are you ready to claim your throne? Or do you still want to sit by the roadside holding out your bowl crying because no one dropped a coin today? The choice is yours. It has always been yours. But to make the choice, you must wake up. And waking up is the hardest thing in the world because the dream is so sweet, so seductive. The dream tells you that you are not responsible for your misery, that the other is responsible. The dream tells you that if you just find the right face, the right body, the right personality, paradise will be yours. Now we must perform a very delicate surgery. We must cut open the mechanism of what you call reality. Because what you see when you look at a woman is not reality. It is a movie projecting from your own mind. You are walking around with a projector inside your head. The light of your desire shines through the film of your expectations, and it projects an image onto the woman standing in front of you. She is just a screen, a blank screen. You meet a woman, she smiles at you. Maybe she's just being polite, maybe she's just happy, but your projector starts running immediately. You think, oh, look at that smile. She understands me. She is the one. She is an angel. She is not like the others. You do not know her. You know nothing about her. You have not seen her anger, her jealousy, her pettiness, her fear. You have only seen the shape of her nose and the curve of her lips. But your mind builds a cathedral around these small details. You write a script. You imagine a future, you name your children. This is what you call falling in love. And the language is very accurate. You fall out of reality into a hallucination. You fall out of your intelligence into a trance. And the woman, she is doing the same thing to you. She is projecting her Prince Charming onto you. She is thinking, here is the man who will save me. Here is the man who will be strong, who will never cry, who will always provide. So, two projectors are meeting, two movies are playing, but the two real human beings are not meeting. They are miles apart. They are strangers hiding behind their own projections. For a few weeks or a few months, this game works because you both try very hard to fit into the other person's movie. You act the role. You say the lines. It is a beautiful play. You call it the honeymoon phase. I call it the mutual deception phase. But reality is a rock. It is hard. And eventually, the movie crashes into the rock. One day she does something that does not fit your script. She gets angry for no reason. She is messy. She is illogical. She demands something you cannot give. Suddenly, the projector flickers. The image distorts. You are shocked. You feel cheated. You say, "You changed. You are not the woman I married. You deceived me." Listen to me. She did not deceive you. You deceived yourself. She was always this way. She is a human being, a vast, complex, chaotic climate of emotions. But you wanted a statue, not a woman. You wanted a character, not a soul. The moment the projection breaks is the moment real love could begin. But for most men, this is the moment love ends. They cannot handle the reality. The reality is too ordinary. They want the magic, the fantasy, the drug. So they pack their bags, they blame the woman, and they go looking for a new screen to project their movie onto. This is the cycle of your misery. New screen, same movie. And why do you do this? Why is the projection so necessary? Because the reality of another human being is uncontrollable, and the ego loves control. If she is a goddess of your creation, you can control her in your mind. If she is a real, living woman with her own will, her own storms, her own silence, you cannot control her. She is dangerous, she is wild. To love a real woman, you must be brave. You must be able to sit with uncertainty. You must be able to embrace the fact that she is a mystery that can never be solved. But you want a puzzle that is solved. You want a certificate of ownership. She is my wife. That label makes you feel safe, but the label is a lie. No one is yours. If you are beginning to see the movie playing in your own head, if you are catching yourself writing scripts for women who have not even auditioned for the role, then you are waking up. This awakening is precious. To support this channel in bringing these hard truths to the world, consider becoming a member. Click the join button. It is a way to stand for truth in a world of lies. And if you value this clarity, leave a super thanks. Let us break the projector together. Now, let us go deeper into the source of this projection. Why is the image you project always one of salvation? Why do you look at a woman and see a savior? Because you have not severed the psychological umbilical cord with your mother. This is deep psychology, deeper than Freud. Every man is looking for his mother. It is natural. The mother was the first love, the first warmth, the first source of life. For 9 months you were one with her. There was no separation. You floated in her ocean. It was paradise. No responsibility, no worry, no hunger. Then you were born. You were cast out of paradise. The cord was cut. You became a separate entity. And deep down, you have never forgiven existence for this separation. You have been trying to crawl back into the womb ever since. You look for a woman who will nurture you, accept you unconditionally, tolerate your tantrums, and make you feel safe. You want a womb, not a partner. But a woman is not your mother, and if you try to make her your mother, you will destroy the sexual polarity. You cannot desire your mother. The moment she becomes the mother figure who takes care of your emotional mess, the passion dies. Have you noticed this? In long marriages, the passion disappears. Why? Because they have become like siblings or like mother and child. The danger is gone, the mystery is gone, the distance which is necessary for the spark is gone. To be a man who does not chase, you must become a psychological orphan. You must accept that you are alone, that no one is coming to nurse you. You must mother yourself. You must father yourself. When you take responsibility for your own emotional needs, you stop demanding them from your woman, and suddenly she is free. She does not have to be your nurse. She does not have to be your therapist. She can be your lover. She can be your Shakti. And when she is free, she shines. A woman who is not burdened by a man's neediness becomes light, playful, radiant. She wants to be near him because he is a pillar, not a vine. Most men are vines. They are creepers. They wrap themselves around the woman and squeeze the life out of her. They call it hugging. She feels it as choking. Be a tree. Stand on your own roots. Let your branches offer shade, but do not lean on her. If she leans on you, good. If she dances away, good. You are the tree. You remain. This strength is what makes a man truly masculine. Masculinity is not about muscles. It is not about a loud voice. It is not about dominance. These are the masks of weak men. True masculinity is the quality of unshakable presence. It is the capacity to be with a woman's storm without moving. She screams, she cries, she is chaos. You are the witness. You do not react. You do not get defensive. You do not try to fix her. You simply hold the space of consciousness. When she sees that her chaos cannot shake you, she relaxes, she surrenders, not because you forced her, but because she feels safe. She feels a ground beneath her feet. But if you react, if you get angry, if you start chasing her for approval, you have proved that you are not grounded. You are just another leaf blowing in her wind. Why should she respect a leaf? Women test you. They do not do it consciously. It is their nature. They test your center. They poke you. They provoke you. They withdraw. They are asking one question silently. Is he real or is he just a mask? If you chase, you fail the test. If you collapse, you fail the test. If you get aggressive, you fail the test. If you remain centered, breathing, loving but detached, you pass. And the reward is not just her respect, the reward is your own dignity. But remember, you do not do this to pass the test. If you are doing it to pass the test, you are still chasing, you are still performing. You must do it because that is who you are. Now, look at the energy of lust versus love. This is where the confusion is thickest. You think you are chasing love, but mostly you are chasing relief. You have built up sexual tension, emotional tension, mental tension. You are a pressure cooker, and you use the woman as a safety valve. You want sex not because you want to merge with her soul, but because you want to empty your own madness. You want to sneeze. You want the release. After the release, you roll over and go to sleep. You turn your back on her. This is using a human being as a toilet. You dump your tension into her, and you call this making love. It is an insult to love. Real love is not a relief of tension. It is a raising of energy. It is not about emptying yourself. It is about overflowing. When you approach a woman from a place of overflow, sex becomes meditation. It is not a frantic friction. It's a slow, timeless merging. You are not trying to get anywhere. There is no goal. There is no orgasm to chase. The orgasm is not the end. The meeting is the goal. In this state, you are not chasing the woman's body. You are honoring her temple. And when a woman feels honored, she opens doors that you did not even know existed. She reveals a depth of intimacy that the chasing man never sees. The chasing man gets the body, but he misses the soul. He gets the friction, but he misses the ecstasy. He is eating the menu, thinking he is eating the dinner. Stop eating the menu. To reach this state, you must transmute your sexual energy. You cannot simply repress it. Repression makes you perverted. Repression makes you obsessed. You must transform it. How? By bringing awareness to it. When you feel desire, do not rush to fulfill it. Sit with it. Let the fire burn inside you. Do not let it leak out. Let it move upwards. Let it become creativity. Let it become silence. Let it become light in your eyes. This is the secret of Tantra. Use the raw energy of biology to fuel the awakening of consciousness. A man who contains his energy is magnetic. He vibrates at a different frequency. He walks into a room and people turn their heads. They don't know why. It is not his clothes. It is his energy field. It is dense. It is potent. When you chase, you dissipate this field. You become thin. You become invisible. So the instruction is simple. Keep your energy. Guard it like a treasure. Do not spill it for a moment of validation. Do not trade your gold for copper coins. But Osho, you ask, does this mean I should never approach a woman? Should I never ask her out? This is the mind swinging to the other extreme. The mind is a pendulum. If I cannot chase, I must be paralyzed. No. There is a difference between chasing and moving. Chasing comes from fear. Moving comes from joy. Chasing is begging. Moving is inviting. Chasing is heavy. Moving is light. You can approach a woman. You can speak to her. You can invite her. But do it without a hook. Do it without the desperate need for a yes. If you invite her to dance and she says no, the chaser is crushed. His ego is wounded. He thinks, I am ugly, I am unworthy. The man of awareness smiles. He thinks, she does not want to dance. That is her truth. Beautiful. And he keeps dancing alone. And seeing him dance alone, so happily, so completely, she may change her mind, or another may come, or no one may come. And it does not matter. The dance continues. This is the key. The dance must continue. Your life must continue. Your joy must not be paused, waiting for permission. Most men are on pause. They are waiting for a woman to press the play button on their lives. When I get a girlfriend, then I will travel. When I get a wife, then I will be happy. Press your own play button. Live your life so intensely, so totally, that a woman wants to join your movie rather than you trying to audition for hers. Make your life a masterpiece. Paint, write, build, meditate, run, swim. Be so full of life that you become a phenomenon. Women are drawn to life. They are life energy. They want to be where the fire is burning brightest. If you are a damp log smoking and complaining, why would the fire come to you? Be a roaring flame, and do not do it to get them. If you do it to get them, you are still a damp log pretending to be fire. Do it for yourself. Do it because you are alive. Do it out of gratitude for existence. Now we must look at the nice guy syndrome. This is a very common disease among modern men. You have been told to be nice. You have been told that if you are polite, submissive, and agreeable, women will love you. This is a lie, and it is a manipulative lie. The nice guy is not truly nice. He is hiding a dagger behind his smile. He is transactional. He thinks, I listened to your problems for 3 hours, now you owe me sex. This is prostitution, but reversed. The nice guy is repressed. He is afraid of his own shadow. He is afraid of his own aggression, his own sexuality. He creates a false persona of harmlessness. But women do not want harmless men. They do not want dangerous men who hurt them, but they do not want harmless men who cannot protect them, who cannot stand for anything. They want a man who is capable of being dangerous but chooses to be peaceful. That is a very different thing. A warrior who keeps his sword in the sheath is respected. A man who has no sword is just weak. You must find your sword. Your sword is your truth. Your sword is your ability to say no. The nice guy cannot say no. He says yes when he means no. He resents the woman. He becomes passive-aggressive. This poisons the relationship. Stop being nice. Be real. If you don't like something, say it. If you want something, ask for it. If you are angry, show it consciously. A real man is not a plastic saint. He is flesh and blood. When you are real, you may lose some people. The people who liked your mask will leave. Let them leave. They were loving a lie anyway. The people who stay will love you, and that love will be grounded in reality. Do not be afraid of conflict. Conflict is the friction that polishes the stone. A relationship without conflict is a dead relationship. It is two corpses lying side by side. Yes, dear, no, dear, it is boring. Be willing to disturb the peace if the peace is false. Be willing to rock the boat. This requires courage, and courage comes from the knowledge that you can swim. If the boat flips, you will not drown. You know how to be alone. You know how to survive. This brings us back to the foundation, your relationship with yourself. If you are boring to yourself, you will be a bore to others. If you are critical of yourself, you will accept criticism from others. If you do not value your time, no one else will. You teach people how to treat you. You teach them by how you treat yourself. If you drop everything the moment she calls, you are teaching her, my time has no value, I have no life. You are the only thing that matters. At first she may feel flattered, but soon she will feel contempt. She will think he has nothing going on, and she will lose interest. But if you say, I cannot talk now, I am working on my painting, I am meditating, I am with my friends, she learns, he respects his time, he has a center, and her respect for you grows. Scarcity creates value, availability creates cheapness. Do not be cheap, be rare. Be a diamond, not a stone found on every street corner. But remember, and I warn you again, do not use this as a tactic. Osho said, be rare, so I will pretend to be busy. No, be actually busy. Be busy with your growth, your awakening, your contribution to the world. When your life is full, you do not have to pretend. You are rare. And this rarity brings us to the highest synthesis of human existence. I have called this synthesis Zorba the Buddha. You must understand this because for centuries you have been divided. Religions have told you, choose. Either you can be spiritual or you can be worldly. You cannot be both. They told you that if you want God, you must renounce women, renounce pleasure, renounce the body. They told you to become a monk, shrivel up and die to the world. And on the other side, the materialists told you, there is no God, there is no soul. Just eat, drink and be merry, for tomorrow you die. They told you to become a Zorba, passionate, dancing, drinking, loving, but without any depth, without any sky. I say to you, both are half men, both are incomplete. The monk is boring, he is dry, he has no juice. He has repressed his life energy so much that he has become ugly. Look at your saints. They look as if they have been sucking on lemons. There is no dance in them. And because they have repressed sex, they are obsessed with sex. Their eyes are always searching for what they have denied. The materialist, the pure Zorba, is superficial. He has juice, he has energy, but he has no center. He makes noise, but he has no music. He runs from pleasure to pleasure, but he remains empty inside. He gets the woman, but he does not know what to do with her soul. I want you to be both. I want you to be a Zorba and a Buddha. Be a man of the earth. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the wine. Enjoy the beauty of a woman. Dance, sing, play the guitar. Do not deny the body. The body is your temple. It is the visible form of your soul. But do not get lost in it. While you are dancing, keep a center of silence. While you are making love, remain a witness. While you are in the marketplace, carry the Himalayas in your heart. This is the new man, the rebel. When you are a Zoba the Buddha, you do not chase women out of starvation, you invite them out of celebration. There is a vast difference. The monk runs from women because he is afraid. He thinks, she is a temptation, she will drag me down to hell. He is weak. If a woman can drag you to hell, then your spirituality is very fragile. The Zorba runs after women because he is greedy. He wants to consume them. The Zorba, the Buddha, neither runs away nor runs after. He stands in his fullness. He enjoys the company of women, but he is not dependent on it. If a woman is there, he shares his dance. If she is not there, he dances alone. His dance is not interrupted. This quality, this synthesis of depth and playfulness is incredibly attractive. It drives the unconscious mind crazy because it cannot categorize you. Is he a saint? Is he a sinner? You are both, and you are neither. You are alive. Women are drawn to this wholeness. They are tired of the spiritual men who are weak and deny life, and they are tired of the worldly men who are gross and lack sensitivity. They are looking for a man who can hold them with the strength of the earth and the vastness of the sky. Be that man. But to be that man, you must heal the split within yourself. You have been at war with your own nature. You have judged your sexual desire as bad or animalistic, or you have judged your desire for silence as antisocial. Stop the war. Accept your animal. The animal is beautiful, it is innocent, it has power. Accept your God. The God is beautiful, it is wise, it has light. Let the animal and the God shake hands inside you. Let them merge. When your animal energy moves upward and meets your consciousness, it becomes compassion, it becomes charisma, it becomes a force that can change the world. But this requires a deep inner marriage. You must understand that you are not just a man, you are also a woman. Biologically, you come from a father and a mother. Half of you is male, half of you is female. For centuries, men have been taught to kill the woman inside them. Don't cry, they say. Don't be soft, don't be sensitive, be a rock. So you kill the inner woman. You cut off your intuition, your grace, your capacity to feel deeply. You become a rock, yes, but a rock is dead. And what happens when you kill the inner woman? You become desperate to find her outside. You project her onto every woman you meet. You look for her in your wife, your girlfriend, your lover. You demand that they carry the feminine energy for both of you. This is a heavy burden for any woman. She has to be the woman for herself, and she has to be the woman for you too, because you have amputated your own feminine side. And because you have suppressed your inner woman, you are afraid of women. You're afraid they will make you weak. You're afraid they will dominate you. So you try to dominate them first. It is a power struggle born of fear. To stop chasing, you must find the woman inside you. Sit in meditation. Allow your softness to arise. Allow your tears to flow. Tears are not weakness, they are the melting of the ice. Allow your intuition to speak. Allow yourself to be receptive, not just aggressive. When you integrate the inner woman, you become whole. You become what the Indian mystics call Ardhanarishvara, the Lord who is half woman and half man. And when you are whole, you do not need a woman to complete you. You are already complete. Now, the relationship changes its nature entirely. It is no longer a puzzle piece looking for a match. It is two whole universes meeting. And when you meet a woman from this place of wholeness, you can understand her. Before, you could not understand her because you had rejected the feminine. Now you resonate with her. You can feel her emotions without being terrified of them. You can navigate her storms because you know the storms inside yourself. This creates a deep intimacy that the macho man can never know. The macho man is brittle. He breaks easily. The integrated man is like water, soft, yielding, yet more powerful than rock. Now let us talk about the game, the strategies, the pickup. I see many of you studying these things. You read books on how to seduce. You memorize lines. You learn psychological tricks to manipulate a woman's insecurities. I tell you, throw these books in the fire. They are manuals for robots, not for human beings. Yes, they might work for a night. You might trick a woman into bed. But then what? You wake up with a stranger and you feel empty. And she wakes up and feels used. And your soul feels a little bit dirtier. Every time you use a technique, you are saying to existence, I am not enough as I am. I need a trick. You are reinforcing your own unworthiness. And women, intelligent, conscious women, can smell the technique a mile away. They can feel the calculation. They can hear the script, and they are repulsed. They might play along for a while out of boredom, but they will never open their hearts to a technician. They open their hearts to a man. Authenticity is the only game you need, but authenticity is dangerous. It means no armor. It means no script. It means standing naked in your truth. If you're nervous, say, I am nervous. Suddenly the nervousness is not a barrier. It is a bridge. You have been human. You have been vulnerable. And vulnerability is a strength that no technique can mimic. When you say, I am nervous, you disarm the situation. You drop the pretension of being a cool guy. And the woman relaxes. Ah, he is real, she thinks. But you are afraid to say, I am nervous, because you think you must be James Bond. You think you must be perfect. Perfect people are plastic. No one loves plastic. We use plastic, but we do not love it. We love the cracks. We love the humanity. We love the tremble in the voice that shows a heart is beating. Be the man who is not afraid to be human. If you like her, say it, but say it without a demand. I enjoy your presence. That is a gift. I need you to like me back. That is a beg. The difference is subtle but total. If you are finding the courage to drop the techniques and pick up the sword of authenticity, then you are ready for the deeper mysteries of Tantra that we explore in this community. Support this work by clicking join. It is a way to say, I am done with games. And if this message has pierced your armor, leave a super thanks. Let the truth circulate. Now consider the concept of rejection again. The ego calls it rejection. The spirit calls it redirection. You approach a woman. She turns away. The ego screams, I am not good enough. The spirit whispers, this door is closed. Another door is open. Why do you bang on closed doors? It is so undignified. If a door is closed, bow to it. Respect it. Thank you, door, for being closed. You have saved me time. And move on. There are millions of doors. The universe is abundant. But because you are obsessed with one door, you miss the 1,000 open ones. And sometimes the door is closed for your protection. You do not know what is behind it. Maybe there is a tiger behind it. Maybe there is misery behind it. Existence protects you in ways you cannot see. Trust the no. The no is as divine as the yes. Both are answers from life. If you can accept a no with the same grace as a yes, you have become a master. And watch what happens when you accept the no with grace. The woman is shocked. She is used to men getting angry or sad or trying to argue her out of her no. She is used to resistance. When you accept her no with a smile and a genuine "have a beautiful night," she is confused. She looks at you again. Wait, she thinks, he didn't crumble. He didn't attack. He is strong. Sometimes that grace alone opens the door, but again, do not do it to open the door. Do it because you respect her freedom. Love is the child of freedom. Never forget this. If you try to take away someone's freedom, you are killing love. If you try to manipulate them, you are killing love. Now let us move to a very practical aspect, your purpose. I said before, make your life a masterpiece. But what does this mean? It means finding the thing that makes your heart sing, independent of any relationship. What are you here to do? What is your gift? Most men do not know. They are just working to pay bills, to buy things, to attract women. They are drifting. A drifting ship is not attractive. A ship with a destination is attractive. The wake it creates pulls things into it. You must find your North Star. It could be music. It could be business. It could be gardening. It could be meditation. It does not matter what it is, as long as it is true to you. When a woman sees a man who is deeply aligned with his mission, she feels a natural polarity. He is the arrow moving forward. She becomes the energy that supports the flight. But if you make her your mission, the polarity collapses. You are the arrow turning around to look at the bow. You will not fly, you will fall. She does not want to be your mission. She wants to join you on the mission. She wants to be the companion of a great adventure. If your adventure is just watching Netflix and paying the mortgage, do not be surprised if she is bored. Do not be surprised if she creates drama just to feel something. Create an adventure. And the greatest adventure is the journey inward. If you are a meditator, if you are a seeker of truth, you have the ultimate adventure. You are exploring the cosmos within. This gives you a mystery, a depth that no worldly success can give. A rich man can be boring. A famous man can be boring. A man of silence is never boring because he is fresh every moment. He is connected to the source. So my advice to you is not to learn pickup lines. It is to learn meditation. Sit for 1 hour every day. Just sit. Do nothing. Watch the mind. Let the dust settle. In that hour, you are reclaiming your soul. You are washing off the conditioning of society. You are remembering who you were before they told you who you should be. And when you stand up after that hour, you will walk differently. You will look at the world differently. You will see that everything is a play, Leela, divine play. And when you see it is a play, you can play your role with joy, but without seriousness. You can chase playfully, you can flirt playfully, you can love totally, but you are not crushed if the play changes scenes. You know that you are the actor, not the character. The character may be heartbroken. The actor is watching and applauding the performance. Ah, what a beautiful tragedy, the actor says. This distance, this witnessing consciousness is the key to freedom. When you are identified with the character, life is a struggle. When you are rooted in the witness, life is a celebration. And women want to be part of a celebration. They do not want to be part of a struggle. Look at your face in the mirror. Is it a face of celebration, or is it a face of struggle? Is it a face of gratitude, or is it a face of complaint? Change your face, not by plastic surgery, but by inner surgery. Smile from the belly. Laugh. Life is too short to be serious. Seriousness is a disease. It is the cancer of the soul. Laughter is the cure. If you can make a woman laugh, you have already entered her heart. But you can only make her laugh if you are bubbling with joy yourself. If you are trying to be funny to get her, it will fail. If you are joy, the laughter spills out. Be a fountain, not a drain. Most men are drains. They walk into a room and suck the energy out. They complain about politics, they complain about work, they complain about their ex-wives. They are black holes. Be a sun. Walk into a room and give. Give a smile, give attention, give warmth. When you are a sun, the planets will orbit you. It is gravity. It is law. But remember, the sun does not care if the planets are there or not. It burns because burning is its nature. Burn with your own light. And now we must address the fear of missing out. This FOMO is a great driver of attachment. You think, if I don't get this woman, I will miss out on the greatest love of my life. This is the scarcity mindset again. There are 7 billion people on this planet. Half of them are women. Do you really think there is only one opportunity for love? This universe is incredibly wasteful. It produces millions of seeds just to grow one tree. It produces millions of stars. It is overflowing. There is no scarcity of love. There is only a scarcity of capacity to receive love. If your cup is upside down, it does not matter how much it rains. Your cup will remain empty. Turn your cup right side up. How? By gratitude, by openness, by trusting that what is meant for you will not pass you by. And if it passes you by, it was not meant for you. It is that simple. Stop fighting the river. Float. Floating is not passive. Floating requires great trust. It is easier to swim, to struggle, to fight the current. To float, you must relax completely. You must trust that the river knows where it is going. The river is going to the ocean. Your life is going toward godliness. But you are grabbing onto the branches of the bank, the branch of a relationship, the branch of a job, the branch of an identity, and you are terrified to let go. Let go, the river whispers, I will carry you. But you say, no, I must hold on, I must control. And so you stay stuck in the mud while the ocean waits. Let go of the branch, let go of the attachment to this specific outcome, this specific woman, this specific fantasy. The moment you let go, the current takes you. It may be scary at first. You are moving into the unknown, but soon you will feel the speed, the exhilaration, the freedom of the flow. And the river will take you to vistas you could never have imagined. It will take you to loves deeper than your fantasies. It will take you to a silence more profound than your sleep. But you must let go. This letting go is the essence of sannyas. It is the essence of my teaching. It is not about renouncing the world. It is about renouncing the clinging to the world. Hold the hand of your beloved, but hold it loosely, like a bird. If you hold too tight, you crush it. If you hold too loose, it flies away. Hold it just right, with awareness, with sensitivity. And know that one day the hand will slip away. Either she will leave, or you will leave, or death will come. Separation is inevitable. Because you know separation is inevitable, every moment of being together becomes precious. You do not waste it fighting. You do not waste it playing games. You drink it in like the last drop of water in the desert. This awareness of death brings life to love. If you think you have forever, you become lazy. You take her for granted. Know that this could be the last time you see her, the last time you touch her. Suddenly, your touch becomes sacred. Suddenly, your presence becomes total. Use death as an advisor. Let it remind you to be here, now. Because when you accept that death is always walking just one step behind you, a profound shift happens. You stop wasting time on the non-essential. You stop wasting time playing games with your heart. You stop postponing your life. And when you stop postponing, when you stop chasing distractions, you finally arrive at the gate of the dark night of the soul. This sounds frightening, does it not? The mind trembles at these words. But I tell you, this dark night is the most blessed event that can happen to a human being. It is the threshold of your true birth. What is this dark night? It is the moment when all your toys are taken away, the toy of romance, the toy of ambition, the toy of validation, the toy of hope. Suddenly you are standing in a desert. There is no water, there is no map, there is no one to hold your hand. The old world, the world of chasing, of begging, of pretending has collapsed. But the new world, the world of being, of truth, of light has not yet formed. You are in the gap, you are in the abyss. This is the point where 99% of men turn back. They look into the abyss, they feel the cold wind of absolute silence, and they panic, they scream, "This is too much, I will go mad," and they run back to the marketplace. They download the dating apps again, they call the ex-girlfriend again, they get drunk, they bury themselves in work, they do anything to avoid that silence, they run back to the misery because the misery is familiar. The unknown is terrifying. But I am inviting you to stay in the desert, stay in the gap, do not run. This fear you feel is not the fear of death, it is the fear of the ego dying. The ego knows that in this silence it cannot survive. The ego feeds on noise, on conflict, on the other. In the absolute silence of your own being, the ego starts to dissolve like a sugar cube in hot tea. And as it dissolves, it screams. It creates anxiety. It creates panic attacks. It tells you, you are dying, you are disappearing. Yes, let it die. Let the false self disappear. Who are you trying to protect? A phantom, a bundle of conditioning. The dark night is not depression. Medical science often confuses the two. Depression is a state of lethargy, of hopelessness, of giving up. The dark night is a state of intense, fiery transformation. It is active, it is alive, it is a cleaning of the house. You are being hollowed out. Existence is scraping away all the lies you have told yourself for 30, 40, 50 years. It hurts. Surgery always hurts. But would you rather keep the cancer and avoid the pain, or suffer the surgery and be healed? Attachment is the cancer. Chasing is the cancer. The dark night is the surgery. When you sit in this darkness, do not look for a light switch. There is no switch. You must wait. You must develop the infinite patience of the womb. Think of a seed buried in the earth. It is dark there. It is cold. The seed is being crushed by the weight of the soil. If the seed had a mind, it would say, "This is the end. I am being buried alive. This is death." But the seed is not being buried, it is being planted. There is a vast difference. The seed must break open, its hard shell, its ego must crack. The inner pulp must be exposed to the unknown. It is a destruction, yes, but out of this destruction the sprout rises. Out of this death the tree is born. You are that seed, and your chasing, your obsession with women, your need for approval, that was your hard shell. It protected you, but it also imprisoned you. Now, life is crushing you so that you can break open. Allow the breaking. Do not try to hold yourself together. Let yourself fall apart. This is a very dangerous teaching I am giving you. Society tells you, keep it together. Be a man, don't crack. I say to you, crack, fall apart, be ruined, because only in the ruins of the old structure can the temple of the divine be built. While you are in this void, you will feel bored. You will feel restless. You will feel like you are wasting time. I could be out there meeting people, the mind will say. I could be building my empire. This boredom is a layer of dust covering your soul. Beneath the boredom is repressed intensity. You have repressed your life force for so long that when you stop distracting yourself, it feels like a heavy, dull blanket. Stay with the boredom. Watch it. Do not pick up your phone. Do not turn on the television. Just sit with the boredom. If you watch boredom intensely, it transforms. Suddenly, you pierce through the layer of dust, and underneath you find a wellspring of joy that has no cause. It is not joy about something, it is just joy. It is the joy of breathing, the joy of the heart beating, the joy of consciousness existing. This joy is invulnerable. No woman can give it to you, and no woman can take it away. It is yours. It is you. If you are brave enough to sit in this fire, if you are willing to endure the crushing of the seed to become the tree, then you are the kind of seeker this community is built for. Prove your commitment to your own soul by clicking join. Become a member of this tribe of rebels. And if this message is giving you the strength to face your own abyss, leave a super thanks. Your gratitude completes the circle of energy. Now let us speak about the ghost of the lover. When you enter the dark night, the ghosts of your past lovers will visit you. Your mind will replay memories. It will replay the touch, the smell, the words. It will replay the mistakes. If only I had said this. If only I had done that. It is a torture chamber. Why does the mind do this? Because it is trying to hook you back into the past. It is trying to create a problem so it can solve it. The mind loves problems. Peace is death to the mind. When the ghosts come, do not fight them. Do not argue with them. Do not try to push them away. Simply look at them and say, you are a memory. You are dead. I am here. I am alive. Treat the memories like dead leaves falling from a tree. The tree does not mourn the leaves. It lets them go to make space for the new spring. You have been carrying a bag of dead leaves for years. You call it your sentimental history. I call it your garbage bag. Put it down. You cannot embrace the new if your hands are full of the old. You cannot meet a real woman if your eyes are filled with the ghosts of the past. Clear your eyes, clear your heart. This clearing requires you to forgive, not just the women who hurt you, but yourself. You were unconscious. You were chasing because you didn't know better. You were a beggar because you forgot. You were an emperor. Forgive the beggar. He was doing his best. Judge nothing. Judgment binds you to the past. Forgiveness frees you for the future. And as you sit in the void, day after day, week after week, a subtle change begins to happen. The silence loses its terrifying quality. It starts to feel velvety. It starts to feel nourishing. You begin to enjoy your own company. You start to take yourself on dates. You walk in nature, and you are not looking for someone to share it with. The walk itself is the sharing with existence. You eat a meal and you savor every bite, not rushing to finish. You are falling in love with yourself. This is not narcissism. Narcissism is obsession with the image of oneself. Self-love is the appreciation of the being of oneself. The narcissist looks in the mirror and says, I am so beautiful. I am better than others. He is comparing, he is insecure. The man of self-love looks within and feels, I am part of the divine. I am at peace. There is no comparison. When you love yourself, you treat yourself with the dignity of a king. You do not allow people to disrespect you. You do not allow toxic energy into your space. You set boundaries effortlessly, not out of anger, but out of self-preservation. And here is the magic. When you treat yourself like a king, the world starts to treat you like a king. Women are incredibly sensitive to how a man treats himself. If they see you sacrificing your dignity to please them, they will despise you. If they see you honoring your own truth, even if it disappoints them, they will respect you. They want to know, can I trust him to lead? If you cannot lead yourself, if you cannot handle your own aloneness, how can you lead her? How can you hold the container of a relationship? You cannot. You will collapse. So, the dark night is your training ground. It is the fire that forges the steel of your spine. Do not rush it. Do not ask, Osho, how long will it last? It will last as long as necessary. It will last until the last remnant of dependency is burned away. It could be a month. It could be a year. It does not matter. Time is an illusion of the mind. The transformation is timeless. And when you emerge from the dark night, you will be unrecognizable. You will look the same. You will speak the same language, but your vibration will be from another world. You will be in the world, but not of it. You will walk through the marketplace, but the noise will not disturb you. You will interact with people, but you will not get entangled. You will love, but you will not cling. You will be like a lotus flower floating on water. The water touches it, but the water does not wet it. This is the state of the Jivan Mukta, the one who is liberated while still alive. And from this state, your relationships will be pure play, pure Leela. You will meet a woman and you will see her clearly. No projection, no movie. You will see her beauty and you will see her flaws. And you will accept both. You will not try to change her. Why change her? She is a unique expression of the divine. You will enjoy her as she is. And because you do not try to change her, she will blossom. She will feel seen for the first time in her life. Most men look at a woman and see a body or a mother or a servant. You will look at her and see a soul. To be seen as a soul is the deepest craving of the human heart. If you can give this gift to a woman, the gift of being seen, she will never want to leave you. She will find a home in your eyes. But you can only see her soul if you have seen your own. You can only meet her in the depths if you have drowned in your own depths. So do not fear the abyss. Jump. There is a beautiful Zen saying, jump from the cliff and build your wings on the way down. You are standing on the cliff edge right now, the cliff of your old life, the cliff of chasing. Below you is the unknown. Jump. Stop calculating. Stop worrying about the landing. There is no landing. There is only flying. But to fly, you must let go of the ground. You must let go of the safety. You ask, but what if I fall? I answer, you are already falling. You have been falling since the day you were born. You are falling towards death. Why not enjoy the wind? The chaser tries to grab the rocks to stop the fall. His hands are bleeding. He is terrified. The master spreads his arms and turns the fall into a flight. He navigates the wind. He enjoys the view. Be the master. Now let us address the language of silence. When you stop chasing, you stop talking so much. Chasing is noisy. It requires constant words, constant persuasion, constant texting. Hello, how are you? What are you doing? Do you like me? Noise, all noise. When you enter your center, you discover the power of silence. You learn to communicate without words. You look at a woman, and your look conveys more than 1,000 sonnets. Your touch conveys more than 1,000,000 promises. Women are creatures of the non-verbal. They listen to what you are not saying. They listen to the gap between your words. If your words are confident, but your silence is anxious, they hear the anxiety. If your words are few, but your silence is thunderous, they hear the power. Practice silence. When you are with a woman, do not feel the need to fill every gap. Let the silence hang in the air. Let it build tension. Let it create intimacy. In the beginning, it might feel awkward. That awkwardness is just the ego fidgeting. Stay with it. Breathe into it. Soon the silence will become a bridge connecting your hearts. It is in silence that souls meet. Words are for the mind. Silence is for the heart. If you can sit in silence with a woman for 1 hour without feeling the need to speak and without feeling uncomfortable, you have achieved a rare intimacy. You have moved beyond the social mask. You have become soulmates in the true sense, mates of the soul, mates of the silence. But first, you must be able to sit in silence with yourself. I have given you many keys today: the key of watching, the key of facing the void, the key of energy transmutation, the key of silence. But keys are useless if you do not use them to open the door. You are the jailer and you are the prisoner. The keys are in your pocket, but you are so busy begging through the bars that you have forgotten to check your pocket. Check your pocket. Open the door. The door is unlocked. It has always been unlocked. Step out of the prison of neediness. Step into the sunlight of freedom. And when you step out, do not look back. Do not look back at the old version of you who was crawling on his knees. Leave him there. He was a necessary stage of your evolution, but he is no longer you. You are the one who walks upright. You are the one who looks life in the eye. This transformation is not a theory, it is a lived reality for those who dare. And we have created tools to help you on this daring journey. Our collection of e-books contains the maps for the territory you are entering. They are the journals of those who have jumped before you. Check the description. Equip yourself for the journey. And remember, you are not doing this just for yourself. When one man wakes up, he raises the consciousness of the entire collective. When one man stops chasing and starts being, he makes it easier for other men to do the same. You are a pioneer. You are breaking the chain of unconsciousness that has enslaved men for thousands of years. It is a great responsibility, but it is also a great joy. So, embrace the dark night. Embrace the breaking. Embrace the silence. Let the night become so dark that your inner stars have no choice but to shine. And when those inner stars begin to shine, a strange paradox occurs. You have let go of the world, yet the world suddenly becomes very interested in you. You have stopped knocking on doors, yet doors begin to open. This is the mystery of the return. You do not stay in the dark night forever. The seed breaks, yes, but the sprout must push up through the soil and enter the sunlight. It must face the wind and the rain. So, how does the awakened man, the man who has stopped chasing, engage with the world? How does he handle the gritty, messy reality of relationships, work, and sex? He engages not as a beggar, but as a creator. He engages with the spirit of play. When you return to the marketplace, you look like everyone else. You chop wood, you carry water. You go to the office, you pay your taxes. But your internal quality has shifted from anxiety to lila, divine play. You are no longer working to prove your worth. You are working to express your joy. You are no longer loving to fill a hole. You are loving to share your overflow. And this shift is most critically tested in the arena of conflict. Listen to me. Conflict will come. The moment you enter a relationship with a woman, a real woman, a woman of fire and blood, there will be storms. She is nature, and nature is not always a sunny day. Sometimes she is a hurricane, sometimes she is a volcano. The nice guy tries to avoid the storm. He apologizes when he has done nothing wrong. He tries to placate her. Please, baby, calm down, be rational. He brings logic to a storm. This is suicide. You cannot use logic on a hurricane. The hurricane does not care about your logic. The unconscious man fights the storm. He shouts back. He tries to dominate the wind. He gets angry, defensive, violent. He adds fire to the fire, and both get burned. The tantric warrior, the man of presence, does something completely different. He does not run, and he does not fight. He stands. He absorbs the storm. When she screams, when she cries, when she accuses, he remains rooted in his center. He breathes deep into his belly. He looks at her not with anger, but with intense curiosity and compassion. He sees that she is in pain, or she is testing his strength, or she is simply releasing energy. He does not take it personally. This is the key. Do not take it personally. Her mood is like the weather. If it rains, do you take it personally? Do you say, the sky is raining to insult me? No, you simply open an umbrella or you enjoy the rain. When you stand unshakable in the face of a woman's emotional chaos, a miracle happens. She hits your wall of silence. She hits your wall of love. And because you do not react, because you do not crumble, her energy has nowhere to go but to transform. She might scream louder for a moment, trying to get a reaction. Stay, breathe, look at her. Maybe you step closer. Maybe you hold her, not to fix her, but to contain her. And suddenly the storm collapses into tears. The anger turns into passion. She melts. She realizes, he is here. I cannot scare him. I cannot move him. He is safe. This is the deepest aphrodisiac for the feminine soul. A man who can hold her chaos without judging it. But you can only do this if you have no need for her validation. If you need her to like you, you will be afraid of her anger. If you need her to be happy so you can be happy, you will try to fix her mood frantically. Let her be unhappy. It is her right. Let her be angry. It is her energy. When you allow her to be exactly as she is, you create a space of immense freedom. And in that space, conflict is not a problem. It is a form of energy exchange. It is the friction that creates the pearl. If you are beginning to see how your past conflicts were just battles of egos and you are ready to drop the sword of defensiveness, then you are ready for this new way of relating. Support this channel by clicking join. It is a pledge to your own mastery. And if this insight into the nature of feminine storms has saved you from a future argument, show your appreciation with a super thanks. Let us turn conflict into connection. Now, we must speak of the fire of sex. Because for the man who stops chasing, sex changes completely. It stops being a release and starts being a prayer. Most men use sex like a sneeze, a quick buildup of tension, a sudden explosion, and then it is over. They are finished in 2 minutes, 5 minutes. They roll over and snore. This is not sex. This is biology. This is the rabbits. And because you are so quick, you are always hungry. You eat, but you are not nourished. You ejaculate, you lose your energy. you feel tired, and tomorrow you are hungry again. It is a vicious circle of depletion. The tantric man understands that sexual energy is the most potent fuel in the universe. It is the energy that creates life. Why would you spill it so carelessly? Stop rushing toward the climax. The climax is the death of the act. Why are you in such a hurry to end the lovemaking? Slow down until you almost stop. When you are with a woman, forget the goal. There is nowhere to go. Explore her body as if it were a landscape you have never seen before. Touch her not to excite her, but to worship her. And when the energy builds, when you feel the urge to release, stop, breathe. Pull the energy up from your genitals into your heart, into your head. Circulate it. This is what I call ejaculation. Ejaculation is outward, ejaculation is inward. If you can learn to separate orgasm from ejaculation, you become a multi-orgasmic man. You can make love for hours. You can surf the wave of bliss without crashing on the shore. And in this state of high energy, the woman enters a different dimension. She is capable of multiple orgasms naturally. But she needs a man who can last, a man who can stay with her in the high peaks of pleasure without falling off the cliff. When you make love this way, you are not chasing a sensation. You are merging souls. The boundaries of the ego dissolve. You don't know where you end and she begins. This is the only time the ego truly disappears for the ordinary man. That is why sex is so addictive. It is a brief glimpse of God, a brief glimpse of no mind. But if you are chasing women, you are too anxious to have this depth. You are too worried about performance. You are watching yourself. Am I doing it right? Does she like it? The watcher kills the lover. Drop the performance. Be an animal, be a god, be breath, be touch. And do not limit this intimacy to the bedroom. This is another mistake men make. They are cold all day, ignoring the woman, busy with work, and then at night they want sex. They try to start the fire with wet wood. Foreplay begins in the morning. Foreplay is the way you look at her across the breakfast table. Foreplay is the text message sent for no reason. Foreplay is the non-sexual touch as you pass her in the hallway. If you keep the connection alive throughout the day, the fire is already burning when you reach the bedroom. You don't have to start from zero, but this requires you to be present throughout the day. If you are lost in your head, chasing your future, you miss these small moments. You see, everything comes back to presence. Everything comes back to stopping the chase of the future and inhabiting the now. Now let us tackle the monster of jealousy. Because even the man who stops chasing will eventually face this dragon. You see her talking to another man. She laughs at his joke. She looks at him with shining eyes, and suddenly a knife twists in your gut. The old conditioning screams, "She is mine." Why is she smiling at him? Is he better than me? Jealousy is not a sign of love. Society tells you, if he is jealous, he loves me. No. If he is jealous, he loves owning you. He loves his ego. Jealousy is a sign of insecurity and possessiveness. It reduces the woman to an object, a piece of property. This is my car, do not touch it. This is my woman, do not look at her. It is childish. When you feel jealousy, do not project it onto her. Do not tell her you shouldn't talk to him. That is controlling. That is weakness. Instead, look inward. Why does her happiness with another threaten you? Are you so empty that you need to be the only source of joy in the universe? That is a very arrogant demand. If you truly love her, you want her to be happy. If she finds joy in the sunrise, good. If she finds joy in a painting, good. If she finds joy in another man's conversation, good. Her joy is the point, not the source of the joy. This is a hard pill to swallow. The ego wants to be the only source. The ego wants to be the sun around which she orbits. But a man of awareness knows that love is freedom. If she stays with you, it must be because she chooses to every single day, not because you have locked the doors, not because you have frightened away the competition. If you lock the doors, you are living with a prisoner, not a lover. And who wants to be a jailer? Being a jailer is a miserable job. You have to stand by the door all day with a gun. You cannot relax. Open the doors, open the windows, let the wind blow. If she stays, it is a gift. If she goes, it is a gift. Because if she goes, she makes space for the one who is truly aligned with you to enter. Remember the abundance mindset. The chaser lives in scarcity. She's the last cup of water. The awakened man lives in the ocean. There is water everywhere. This does not mean you are promiscuous. It does not mean you run from woman to woman. It means you are relaxed. And a relaxed man is a loving man. Now, let us look at the concept of the mirror of the world. As you change, your environment will change. But at first, it might seem to get worse. When you stop chasing, the people who liked the chasing you will be upset. The friends who bonded with you over complaining about women will feel alienated. Why are you not drinking with us? Why are you not crying about Sarah? They will try to pull you back. Come on, have a drink, don't be a monk. They are not your enemies, they are just afraid. Your change highlights their stagnation. Your light reveals their darkness. Do not judge them, but do not join them. You may have to walk alone for a while. This is the price of freedom. The eagle flies alone. The sheep flock together. If you want to flock, be a sheep, but do not complain about being sheared. Do not complain about being led to the slaughterhouse. If you want to be an eagle, accept the solitude of the sky. And you will find that as you vibrate higher, new people enter your life. Men who are also on the path. Men who discuss ideas, not people. Men who are interested in growth, not distraction. And women will appear who are also done with games. Women who want a king, not a project. This is the law of resonance. You attract what you are. If you are a fixer, you attract broken people. If you are a saver, you attract victims. If you are a chaser, you attract runners. If you are whole, you attract wholeness. So the most selfish thing you can do is to work on yourself. I use the word selfish in a spiritual sense. Be self-full. When you are full of yourself, you have so much to give. When you are empty of yourself, you only want to take. Look at the rose. It is selfish. It cares only about its own blooming. It pulls water for itself. It takes sun for itself. It does not worry about the other flowers, and yet, in its selfishness, it gives fragrance to the whole garden. Be a rose, bloom for your own sake, and let the fragrance be your offering to the world. Now, I want to give you a specific meditation for the moments when the urge to chase returns. Because it will return. The mind is a creature of habit. When you feel the urge to text her out of insecurity, or to check her social media, or to drive by her house, the stop meditation. Freeze. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, freeze completely. Do not move a muscle. Watch. Turn your attention inward. Where is the tension? Is it in the throat, the belly, the chest? Name it. Say silently, this is fear, or this is loneliness. Do not say, I miss her. That is a story. Stick to the sensation. This is a sensation of emptiness. Breathe into it. Imagine your breath flowing directly into that tight spot. Expand it. Give it room. Wait. Give it 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes of absolute stillness. In those 3 minutes, the chemical impulse will peak and then subside. You will regain your sanity. You will step off the hamster wheel. And then you can choose. Do I really want to send this text? Or was it just the robot talking? Usually, you will put the phone down and smile. You have saved yourself. This practice is simple, but it creates a gap between stimulus and response. That gap is where your freedom lives. And what about love? We have talked so much about attachment, about chasing, about biology. Does love exist? Yes, but it is not what you think. Love is not a relationship. Love is a state of being. You can be loving when you are alone. You can be loving to a tree. You can be loving to a stranger. When you stop focusing your love on one object, the woman, and start allowing your love to flow in all directions, you become a lover of life. The man who is a lover of life is never rejected because life never rejects him. The sun touches him, the wind touches him, the food nourishes him. He is in a constant romance with existence. And when a woman walks into the life of such a man, she feels something extraordinary. She feels that his love is not a narrow laser beam focused only on her, which burns, but a warm glow that includes her. She feels free in his love. She can breathe. He does not say, "I love you because you are mine." He says, "I love you because love is what I am." This is the ultimate shift from "I need you" to "I enjoy you," from "you are my source" to "we are sharing the source." And this brings us to the final understanding of the masculine journey, the journey from the head to the heart, to the being. The chaser lives in the head. He is strategizing, calculating, worrying. The romantic lives in the heart. He is feeling, crying, singing. The master lives in the being. He is simply present. The head is useful for mathematics. The heart is useful for poetry. The being is useful for life. Include the head, include the heart, but remain rooted in the being. When you are in your being, you are in the vertical dimension. Time stops. There is no past, no future. There is no ex-girlfriend. There is no future wife. There is only this breath, and in this breath, you are complete. If you can taste this completeness even for a second, you will never settle for the crumbs of validation again. You will feast at the banquet of your own soul. And the irony, the beautiful cosmic joke, is that when you are feasting alone, the guests will come. They will knock on your door, asking, "What are you eating? It smells delicious. Can we join you?" Then you can open the door, not because you are lonely, not because you are hungry, but because the feast is too big for one person. "Come in," you will say. "Eat, drink, dance. But remember, the feast is not mine and it is not yours. It is a gift of the divine." This is the path of the spiritual warrior. It is a path of fire. It will burn everything false in you, but it will leave you with something that death cannot touch. It will leave you with you. We are nearing the summit of the mountain now. The air is thin, the path is narrow, and it is here near the top that the most subtle and dangerous traps lie waiting. You have stopped chasing. You have faced the dark night. You have transmuted your sexual energy. You feel strong. You feel centered. And right there, in that feeling of strength, the ego returns through the back door. It whispers, "Look at you. You are spiritual. You are not like those desperate men running after women. You are superior. You are a tantric master. Beware. This is the spiritual ego. It is far more dangerous than the ordinary ego. The ordinary ego is like a rock. You can see it. The spiritual ego is like glass. It is transparent, but it is hard, and it separates you from existence just as effectively. If you start looking down on other men who are chasing, you have fallen. If you judge women for being unconscious, you have fallen. Why? Because judgment creates separation, and separation is the root of all suffering. The moment you think, I am an awakened man, I am too good for these ordinary women, you have become arrogant, and arrogance is not attractive. It is repulsive. It is just another form of insecurity masking itself as superiority. A truly awakened man is humble. He sees the chaser, and he sees his own past self. He has compassion, not contempt. He sees the unconscious woman, and he sees the sleeping God within her. He does not judge her sleep, he simply shines his light. If you carry this spiritual arrogance, women will feel it. They will feel judged by you. They will feel that you are examining them from a pedestal, and they will run. Or they will try to knock you off that pedestal just to see if you are real. Come down from the pedestal. Walk on the earth. Be ordinary. I say to you, to be extraordinary is easy. Anyone with a big ego can try to be extraordinary. To be ordinary is the most difficult thing in the world. To be just a human being, simple, vulnerable, present, that is the highest achievement. Do not wear your spirituality like a uniform. Do not speak in jargon. Do not lecture women on chakras and energy unless they ask. Just be. Your presence is the lecture, and watch out for the trap of passive waiting. Many men stop chasing externally, but internally they are still waiting. They sit in their room, meditating, but with one eye on the door. Okay, Osho, I stopped chasing. Where is she? When is the universe going to deliver my reward? You are treating the universe like a vending machine. I put in the coin of meditation, now give me the chocolate bar of sex. The universe does not work like a vending machine, it works like a mirror. If you are waiting, you are signaling lack. And the universe mirrors back lack. You will wait forever. You must drop the waiting. You must be so engaged with your life, so in love with your solitude that you genuinely forget to wait. You must reach a point where if she never comes, it is perfectly fine. Only when you are indifferent to the outcome does the outcome rush towards you. Now, let us speak of the greatest fear that drives the chase, the fear of aging. Why do you chase? Because you hear the clock ticking, you see the gray hair, you feel the energy dropping. You think, I must secure a woman before I am too old. I must lock it down. This is biological panic, but I tell you, for the man of awareness, aging is not a decline, it is a crescendo. Yes, the body slows down, the frantic energy of youth settles, but something else arises, gravitas, depth, wisdom. A young man is like a rushing stream, noisy, fast, shallow. An old man who has meditated is like the deep ocean, silent, vast, powerful. Women are drawn to this depth. They are tired of the frantic energy of boys. They want the stability of a man who has seen the seasons, who knows that spring comes after winter, who does not panic when it rains. Do not try to compete with younger men on their level. If you try to dress like them, talk like them, act like them, you look foolish. You look like you are ashamed of your age. Own your age. Your wrinkles are your medals. They show you have lived. Your gray hair is your crown. It shows you have survived. If you accept your aging with grace, it becomes beautiful. If you fight it, it becomes ugly. And as you age, the nature of your relationships must shift. You cannot rely on biology forever. The skin will wrinkle, the body will sag. If your relationship is based only on physical attraction, it has an expiration date. It is a ticking time bomb. This is why so many marriages fail in midlife. The biology fades, and they realize they have nothing else. They are strangers living in the same house. You must build a bridge from body to soul. In the beginning, sex is the bridge, but sex is a fragile bridge. You need to build a stronger bridge, the bridge of intimacy. Intimacy means intimacy. It means allowing the other to see you completely, without the mask. As you age, sex may become less frequent, but it can become far more profound. It stops being a gymnastic exercise and starts being a spiritual communion. You may just hold each other and breathe. And in that holding, there is more love than in the wildest acrobatics of youth. But to reach this, you must cultivate the soul connection now. Do not wait until you are 60. Start now. How? By sharing your silence, by sharing your fears, by sharing your dreams. Not the worldly dreams of success, but the inner dreams of awakening. Read poetry together. Meditate together, sit by the river together, create a third body. When two people relate deeply, a third energy field is created. It is not you, it is not her, it is the us. It is a living entity. You must nourish this third body. If you only feed your ego, and she only feeds her ego, the third body starves and dies. And when the third body dies, the relationship is dead. Even if you still sleep in the same bed. Feed a third body with love, with attention, with playfulness. And finally, you must face the ultimate letting go, the death of the partner. If you love deeply, one day you will have to say goodbye. This is the price of love. Grief is the tax we pay for the gift of connection. Do not be afraid of this grief, and do not try to protect yourself from it by closing your heart now. If I don't love, I won't get hurt. That is the logic of a corpse. A corpse never gets hurt, but it never lives. Accept the fragility. Look at your woman tonight. Really look at her. Realize that she is a temporary guest. Realize that this body you are holding will one day be dust. Does this make you sad? No, it should make you intensely present. It should make you drop the petty arguments. Who cares who forgot to wash the dishes when you know that death is coming? Death cleans the lens of perception. It makes love urgent and pure. The man who stops chasing is the man who has accepted death. He knows he cannot hold on to anything, so he enjoys everything without clinging. He is like a traveler in a beautiful hotel. He enjoys the room, the view, the food, but he does not try to take the furniture with him when he checks out. He knows it does not belong to him. Women, relationships, experiences, they are the furniture of the hotel. Enjoy them, care for them. But be ready to check out with empty hands and a full heart. Now, a word on purpose versus relationship. Many men make the mistake of making the woman their purpose. They think, if I make her happy, my life has meaning. This puts too much pressure on her. She cannot be your God. She is a fallible human being. If you make her your God, you will eventually hate her for failing you. Your purpose must be bigger than any person. Your purpose must be your contribution to the evolving consciousness of the universe. When you are aligned with this higher purpose, the relationship falls into its rightful place. It becomes the base camp, not the summit. You go to the base camp to rest, to refuel, to find warmth. But you do not stay there. you climb the mountain, and the woman loves the climber. She does not want a man who sits in the tent all day staring at her. She wants a man who returns from the climb with snow in his beard and the light of the peak in his eyes. She wants to heal your wounds. She wants to hear your stories. This dynamic, the hero returning home, is ancient. It is wired into our DNA. But you have to be the hero. You have to leave the tent. Leaving the tent means facing your fears. It means taking risks. It means doing the work that scares you. If you're hiding in your comfort zone, you are not a hero. You are a child hiding under the blankets, and a woman cannot respect a child as a partner. She can mother him, but she cannot desire him. Come out from under the blankets, stand up, and do not use spirituality as a new blanket. Oh, I am meditating, I am detaching from the world. That can be a hiding place too. Real spirituality is courageous. It engages with the world. It brings love into the darkest places. So here is your challenge for the rest of your life. Can you remain centered while the world spins? Can you remain loving while others are hateful? Can you remain free while in a relationship? If you can answer yes, then you have graduated from the school of chasing. You have entered the school of being. And in the school of being, there are no graduates, only masters. And the master is always a student, always learning, always expanding. The journey never ends. The chase ends, but the journey begins. Before we move to the final closing, I want you to check yourself one last time. Is there any part of you that is still hoping for a magic trick? Is there any part of you that is disappointed that I did not give you a pickup line? If so, acknowledge it. Smile at it. It is just the old mind. You have the tools now. You have the map. The rest is walking. And you do not have to walk alone. Look at the comments section below. See how many brothers are on this path. Connect with them. Share your struggles. We are building a sangha, a community of conscious men. Join us. The join button is not just a subscription, it is a declaration that you are part of this new wave of consciousness. And if you feel the value of this marathon of truth, leave a super thanks. It helps us reach the men who are still sleeping. Now prepare yourself for the final integration. In the last part, we will dissolve the separation completely. We will move beyond man and woman into the pure energy of existence. We will end where we began, in the ocean. So we return to the ocean. We return to the place where all rivers meet, where all names dissolve, where all identities merge into the vast blue silence. We have traveled a long way together in this discourse. We started with the exhausted man running in circles, begging for crumbs of affection. We moved through the illusions of the mind, the projections of the ego, the biological traps, and the dark night of the soul. We have climbed the mountain of awareness, and now, standing at the peak, what do we see? We see that the man and the woman were just costumes. This is the ultimate secret. As long as you identify as a man needing a woman, the chase will continue in some subtle form. Biology creates the separation. The body says, I am male, I need female. The mind says, I am incomplete, I need completion. But you are not the body, and you are not the mind. You are the witness who watches the body. You are the consciousness that observes the mind, and that consciousness has no gender. It is not male, it is not female, it is pure light. Does light have a gender? Is the sun male? Is the moon female? In poetry, yes. In reality, no. They are simply existence. When you rest in your witness consciousness, the desperate pull towards the feminine dissolves. It does not mean you cannot enjoy the feminine, you can enjoy it even more. But the pull, the gravitational force that makes you lose your balance, is gone. You realize that the woman you were chasing was just a symbol. She was a symbol for your own missing half. She was a symbol for your own softness, your own intuition, your own beauty. Now that you have found these things inside yourself, the external woman is no longer a crutch. She is a mirror reflecting your own glory. And in this state, you are finally free. Freedom is a big word. It is often misunderstood. People think freedom means I can do whatever I want. No, that is license, not freedom. Freedom means you are free from compulsion. You are free from the automatic robot inside you. You see a beautiful woman. The robot says, chase. The consciousness says, enjoy the beauty, but stay centered. And you obey the consciousness. That is freedom. You feel a wave of loneliness. The robot says, escape. The consciousness says, go deeper into the loneliness and find the gold, and you obey the consciousness. That is freedom. When you are free, you are dangerous. I want you to be dangerous. A harmless man is not a virtuous man. He is just a weak man. A dangerous man who has a sword but keeps it sheathed is a virtuous man. Be dangerous to the unconsciousness of the world. Be a shock to the sleepers. When you stop chasing, you become a question mark for everyone around you. They look at you and they get confused. Why is he not begging? Why is he not afraid? Why is he so happy without a reason? Your very existence becomes a provocation. You provoke them to wake up. This is the greatest service you can do for humanity. Not charity, not social work, but your own awakening. When you wake up, you shake the whole web of existence. You make it easier for others to wake up. So do not think this is a selfish journey. It is the most selfless act possible. And now a word about the path. I have given you a map, but a map is not the territory. You cannot eat the map when you are hungry. You cannot drink the map when you are thirsty. You must walk. You will stumble. You will fall. You will make mistakes. You will find yourself chasing again one day. Do not judge yourself. Just laugh. Ah, the old monkey is back. And gently, lovingly, bring yourself back to the center. It is a practice, it is not a destination. You do not arrive and then stop. Life is a river that keeps flowing. New challenges will come, new women will come, new tests will come. But now you have the secret, you have the philosopher's stone. You know how to turn the base metal of attachment into the gold of awareness. Whatever happens, good or bad, gain or loss, success or failure, throw it into the fire of awareness, let it burn, and what remains is you, unborn, undying, eternal. You are the one you have been looking for. I know this sounds like a cliche. You are the one. You have heard it in pop songs, but do not let the familiarity of the words hide their explosive truths. Sit with it. I am the one. Feel the relief of that. The search is over. The luggage can be put down. The running can stop. You are home. And in this home there is no loneliness. There is only all oneness. You are one with the trees, one with the stars, one with the woman, one with the man. The separation was a dream. Wake up. The morning has come. The sun is high. Shake off the dust of your dreams. Wash your face in the cool water of the present moment. Look, the world is beautiful. It is not a trap. It is a playground. Go play, but play as an emperor, not a beggar. Love, but love as a sun, not a vacuum. Live, but live as a witness, not a victim. This is my message to you. This is my invitation. But words are cheap, experience is expensive. It costs you your ego. Are you willing to pay the price? If you are willing, if you are brave enough to drop the begging bowl and claim your throne, then you are a true sannyasin. You are a seeker of truth. And this channel, this community, is your ashram. It is a digital temple where we gather to remind each other of who we really are. I invite you one last time to make a commitment to this path, not a commitment to me, but to yourself. Click the join button, become a pillar of this temple. Your support keeps the fire burning for those who are still lost in the dark. And if this series, this long journey through the labyrinth of the mind, has given you the light to see the exit, express your gratitude with a super thanks. In the East, we call this dakshina, an offering given to the source of wisdom. It completes the cycle of giving and receiving. It keeps the energy flowing. And for those who want the detailed maps, the step-by-step guides to dismantling the ego and awakening the inner fire, remember the ebooks in the description. Do not just read them, eat them, digest them, let them become your blood and bones. Now the silence descends. The words must stop so the truth can begin. The finger pointing at the moon is not the moon. I have pointed. Now look at the moon. Forget the finger. Forget Osho. Look at the light. Be a light unto yourself. Go and do not just walk, dance. The ocean is waiting. The drop slips into the shining sea, and the sea slips into the drop. This is the end of the chase and the beginning of life.